Hello, everyone at home. We're Stir Friday Night playing Monster of the Week here on Roll20. We're so excited to be back. Ooh, it is a good time to be playing tabletop role-playing games. Let's go around, just give ourselves a quick introduction. Who you are, who you're playing, tell us your pronouns, and the question this week. I actually didn't have time to think of a hypothetical, so I'm going to carry over what our conversation was in the green room, the pre-show, for folks at home. What is the worst thing you picked up because someone you were interested in did that? And we're going to kick it off. Shoo.
Damn it. Okay.
It's the order. It's the roll.
That's not this is made up. Anyways, my name is Shu. Hello. I play Beryl, and Beryl is the professional, and she is part of the agency, which is the world's longest and possibly only monster hunting agency. She was head of the internship program because she started it, and then she was demoted, so now she just runs a group of interns, this lovely group of fools that she shepherds across, hopefully, to real-time jobs. She's about 150 years old. She is 6'2", and that is not including hair. I don't have any other facts because I'm trying to stall and trying to think of a legit answer to this question. So yeah, what's something that I got into only because someone that might significant. Oh, okay. So in college, I was dating someone, and he was from like the East Coast. Like he had lived in New York, and he was like so into like clothing and things like that. And I like just didn't have any access to that because I grew up in the freaking Midwest. And so he would have this like, oh, so like this is a good brand, this is blah blah blah. And he had like such an understanding of designer jeans. And I remember picking up a lot of them and be like, nudie jeans, yeah, like a lot of denim you can't wash. You have to like put it in the freezer to like, because it's like, like Japanese denim and stuff. And I ended up actually like really enjoying that. And now I have a fairly like solid understanding. No, I wash my jeans. I don't care how nice my jeans are. My clothing needs to be clean because I am too much of a clean freak for that.
If you freeze it, the sweat will just crystallize and pop off when you're ready to wear it again.
No. There is a little bit of thing to that where it's like some of the microbes that cause like the dirty smells will freeze, but not
it's
enough
like sushi.
of it. No,
right? like a sushi grade fish.
Yeah,
if you freeze it after you catch it, it will kill all of the parasites. That's what fishermen do.
Oh,
yes,
it's sushi grade.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were going.
You got there. No. We need to give Harrison more credit. Yeah.
I know some stuff.
Speaking of Harrison, though, you're right up next, dude. Tell us about your character. Tell us about you. And what is the worst thing that you got that you picked? Like, what was the worst habit, interest you picked up because someone you were into was interested in it?
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Harrison Happen. I play Glizzy Marshall. Both of our pronouns are he, him, his. Glizzy is he's part of the werebear, or the part of the monstrous class, and Glizzy is a werebear. When Glizzy is not part of the internship program, Glizzy is also a high school wrestling coach as well as the high school history teacher. And he can fly sometimes. But I guess toxicity for like picking up from an ex. I don't know, a love for shitty musicals. Sorry, like didn't mean to say that. I mean,
no. Please let it out. What terrible musical?
What musicals do you not like?
What musicals?
Make some enemies.
The Pajama Game.
What is that?
Carousel.
I don't know.
I love
I love
Pro-Union
Hammerstein, but it's just it's like why are we watching these musicals when none of the why am I liking these musicals when nobody looks like me?
Yeah.
The music is crap.
Sure.
No, it's absolutely not. Toxicity, not being emotionally honest with people. That's something I picked up on. I had to get rid of that.
Yeah. He got rid of it, guys. It's no longer.
Yeah, you're not toxic at all.
What did I give them? A lot. A lot. Smoking.
My question, what is your opinion of Oklahoma?
I like Oklahoma only because
you're canceled.
It's like nostalgia.
They have a racist
because
character.
I played Ali Hakim in high school.
Who's Ali Hakim?
Oh no, Masood, I don't think you're gonna like this.
Is he the Persian peddler? Because I played that guy in middle school, and that's the reason why I hate that. Because
I played him in high school and I had a great time.
Oh, I'm glad you had fun with it. It was
bad.
Like so. First off, here's the weirdest thing: it's 8th grade. I get cast in this role. I'm very excited about it. I was like, oh, it's very fun. Guys got a song about how every person in Oklahoma has a shotgun. They cut the song, first and foremost, because it wasn't appropriate for middle school audiences. Second, I was born near Tehran in Iran. So, like, technically, I'm Persian by, like, geographical context. And I got really wrapped up in my head in it. I was like, how did the teacher know this about me and then cast me in this role? Like
I was the only non-white person, so that's the role that I got.
I see.
That's mainly. Unfortunately, there's not a Filipino character in that I could have played, but yeah.
Next time we'll write that script. We'll write an Oklahoma that's about Asians coming to America. We'll call California actually.
Like it's called Minari.
Minari, but is it a musical, Erica?
It will be.
Anything's a musical if you hate it enough.
Imagine that little boy doing a little song about how he peed in the cup.
Oh. Moving right along, Joan. Tell us about you, your character, and your interesting fun fact.
Yeah, I'm playing Simone Stream. She's a high school senior with magical powers. She's a straight A student, and she's trying to figure out like what her powers are. She's not fully grasping it just yet, but I feel like this episode and next episode will be super special for her. So I'm trying to think back. I don't think I take toxic personalities or anything from other people. I feel like I'm always myself, except for one moment. I do remember when I was trying to impress my boyfriend, like I lied to him and said that I liked Pitchfork, and I went to Pitchfork Music Festival back in 2005 when it was like cool.
Yeah.
So to make conversation, I just like lied to him, and I kept getting deeper in the lie, saying I went to the festival and I had to like do research and like figure out what bands played.
Because you can't get caught fibbing. Yeah.
You researched what bands played?
Yeah, just in a conversation, because I didn't know him that well at the time, so I was trying to like impress him. Because I remember that summer I went to Warped Tour instead of Pitchfork. I was more of like the emo punk pop rock kid.
Yeah.
So
but you have a basis now to like you can use some of your stories from Warped at Pitchfork. I see this. Yeah.
And I think that was the year when like Aziz Ansari did stand up in Pitchfork too. So I remember hearing jokes from my friend who went, and I would like tell it back to him, like, "Hey, did you hear that joke?" Like,
wait, you tell me you do a good Aziz Ansari impression?
Yeah, do it.
It cannot be worse than my impression, no matter what.
I don't remember how his. I remember it was high pitched, but yeah, that was like super old Pitchfork Music Festival. So later on, I told them the truth. Like, I never went. I don't listen to Pitchfork music. I don't like.
I like that that's a genre. I really like that you can put a genre, like Pitchfork music.
Totally. It's like an indie rock, like in the 2000s. So,
yeah.
I mean, he was cool with it. He's like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, I would never do that again. Like, lie to someone to impress them. Mm-hmm. But, you're young.
2005, crazy time. Moving right along, someone who's never aged out of 2005, it's Ben. Ben, tell us about you, your character, and what your answer to this question is.
Such a sandbag roast. This has nothing to do with me or how I am.
No, I just thought it was fun to say you were immature in a fun way.
Yeah, I get it. Well, I guess I'm happy to be here, everybody. Name's Ben Cummings. I'm playing a character named Jeff Choi. We both use the pronouns he, him, his. Jeff Choi is an IT consultant who got roped into this crazy world of magic and mystery and is now trying to be the most badass monster hunter that ever walked the face of the earth. But really, he's just kind of like a chilled out guy who's trying too hard. I have great tastes in romantic partners. So most of the things that I've tried to like that, that people I was pursuing were into, I've actually found to be very enriching hobbies that I still enjoy to this day. That being said, no, I'm kidding.
Kind of sounds like someone you're dating might be watching this.
I know.
Is what I'm getting.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't care. But I remember when I moved back to Chicago after college, I was like 24, and I matched on Tinder with this girl who's like 22, so she was still in college.
Yeah.
And I thought that's fine. It's like, but it's not, because once you're out of college, you can't be going to. She's like, you want to go to frat parties? I was like, no, you nuts. Anyways, it wasn't going well, and it didn't last very long. But obviously, you want to be nice to other human beings, and I went back to her apartment on a date, and she confessed that she's really into Ancient Aliens. And then we like went out to dinner or whatever, and it was like really weird because like I saw in her apartment, because she was like, come up while I'm getting ready. There's like rows of like DVD, because it's a long running show.
Oh no, like just the show, like the literal
show.
I'm
sorry, not just the conspiracy theory, but the show. So there's just like, it's like, which is one thing to like, you kind of like a whatever show, you watch it all the time on streaming or whatever. It's the DVDs we're talking about.
Yeah. Collector's editions. Like these are like a set. Yeah.
I was like, so for sure. Oh, really? Really interesting theory. And what a cool show. And I said that for the rest of the day. And then I was like, hey, I'm seeing other people. It wasn't true. I wasn't seeing anybody else. I just don't want to see somebody who's into Ancient Aliens. This was like early on. We weren't dating.
That's what you used to get out of it, though? Like, wow.
No, I ghosted her first.
Oh my god.
No, it was like we'd like been on like 4 dates on from Tinder. Okay, it was not very serious.
4 dates. That's a lot of dates.
That's a lot.
It wasn't like dates. Okay, we were hanging out. Okay, fine. I guess I'm a piece of shit.
No, 24-year-old Ben might have been.
This is normal, because even if I should have been, I guess, nicer.
Yeah.
They were into Ancient Aliens, so they don't.
So they don't deserve basic human dignity. You're right. Yeah, that's how that goes.
Well, they're aliens.
Do you not believe in aliens?
I did give her the text. Okay, I said I'm seeing.
We'll harass you for her name after this, so we can send her a clip of this episode. Don't worry.
She's very nice. I hope she's watching, and wish you the best. Hope it all worked out.
Good. Moving right along, Erica, looking radiant as always. Tell us about you, your character, and of course, what's your answer to this question?
Okay, my name is Erica.
Mm-hmm.
I play Dolly. Mm-hmm. Both of our pronouns are she, her, hers. And Dolly is of the type the wronged. Her backstory is her parents were murdered by monsters. Mm-hmm. And so now she's in the internship hunting down monsters. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we are at an interesting point in her progression, trying to find what happened. She thought her father has been dead, but we just met him again. So, ooh. And then the answer to this question. So I was in a relationship where this is a little bit of a different answer than what the exact question is.
It's okay.
But
basically, like, what did you do to impress somebody, right? Like, that's essentially.
Well, no. It's what like weird thing did we pick up in a relationship, right?
Sure, yeah.
And so at the beginning of the relationship, we thought it was so stupid when people who were dating called each other babe.
Yeah.
And so we started making fun of them by like calling each other babe, but we both knew that like we were making fun of them.
What's good, babe? Yeah.
Yeah, right. But then a while into it, it just turned into us just actually calling each other babe. Yeah. So we like, it's like that warning when grandma says like, oh, if you make your face like that, it's going to stay like that. Like if you pretend to say babe to your significant other, like you're going to end up calling them babe.
You're going to call them babe.
Yeah. So it's just all babe, hey babe.
That's what Nietzsche meant when he was talking about if you gaze too long into the abyss.
Yeah.
The abyss gazes back into you.
No, then the abyss goes, babe.
And then that just leaves me. Hey guys, I'm Masood. I'm the GM. My pronouns are he, him, but I'll be using an assortment of them for all the NPCs our folks will be coming across in this excellent game by Evil Hat Productions. My answer to this question is, I told him backstage about this. In the 7th grade, there was a girl in the 8th grade, scandalous, I know, who was very into Green Day. Like, her whole identity was being a Green Day fan. And so, man, American Idiot was an album I listened to quite a bit. Let me tell you what. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. We never ended up dating. Nothing ever happened. I have no idea where she is now. I hope she's living a great life. And
that's cool. That's not embarrassing.
Yeah.
Green Day is all right.
Green Day's. I mean, here's the thing: how I honestly feel about Green Day now. I'm glad that I got into them at American Idiot, so then I could listen to their older material, because I really do think everything leading up to American Idiot is actually good. And then after American Idiot, I'm like, oh, you guys sold out. Like, you guys like kind of really actually. I think like the whole, like, they really copped on a new genre and sound and like kind of made it their aesthetic and like really ran with it in the same vein that like Weezer and Green Day still. I think they originally wrote their sound for a very particular age group and audience. And, like, I think, like, as an adult, that feels, like, a little weirder.
I think it's less selling out and more cashing in.
Cashing in!
Yeah, sorry, I'm just checking to see if American Idiot, the Broadway musical, is still running. Maybe I can get you tickets for your birthday.
Oh, thank you!
No way, there's a musical?
Yeah, there's a musical, dude.
It got the Tony Award for Best Scenic Design.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a good musical.
That's why I would go to see a musical, the scene design. Actually, sometimes the set design is very good. Yeah. I care about that more than I actually do the acting. But
I mean, I saw Phantom of the Opera, and that is an intense set.
Oh, yeah. But that's like...
It's like explosions.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
But it's so good, though. Phantom. Okay, we can't do this. We got to play Monster of the Week. Hey guys, we're getting back into it. So I would like to do a recap, particularly for folks who did not see last week, and for Ben, who was not here. What happened last week? I felt like it was a little bit of a doozy.
Well, I feel like Joan and Simone and Yaz were each sort of let in on a secret of the universe, but in different ways, where I feel like Simone is now like aligned with evil. Oh no, sorry. Yes, no evil, right?
Who can say?
And then and then Yaz is on the opposite side. No. Yaz is definitely the evil one. They're both evil, but in different ways. But basically, they've been like let into the knowledge that like the universe is cyclical and like destroys itself and is reborn, and no one else knows. And they were both brought into this knowledge and secrecy. And it feels like pretty important stuff.
Very good. We learned from Simone, from their perspective, that this group is a part of the collective of human existence that survives each sort of round wiping. Somehow they've achieved immortality. I haven't really explained that part, but they are able to continue existing even though the apocalypse happens and then it starts over. The apocalypse in this case, we learned through Yaz's flashback, as Erica mentioned, was or is this sort of force that exists out there. For the universe to be constantly expanding, there's an opposite force that must exist, and that is the collapsing force, this entity, the darkness, the hunger. And as Yaz is talking to a representation of it, learned a little bit more about some of the previous incarnations, the previous past sort of iterations of existence that had happened. One where it was not, in fact, were bears, but were wolves. One where, what's it called? I remember her name, but now I can't think of it. The America's Sweetheart from the Golden Girls. Betty White.
Betty White?
Betty White, a universe where Betty White is actually the only one who died and all the other Golden Girls are alive. And one last iteration where you saw a pandemic of some sort of unknown disease or contagion taking over the entire world. And what a crazy reality that would be. And as Yaz stood there, learned from them that this creature is just present and exists in a way to combat things, to just sort of, it's an opposite force. It watches, it gazes, but it just sits there waiting for when it's its time to do its purpose. And Yaz asked for a name for it. It said you could call it Levi. And then that was it. They woke up. There was some other stuff. Harrison, some stuff happened with Gliz, right?
Oh yeah. So I was in high school, just teaching the kids, teaching my kids how to wrestle, and then turns out that one of the administrators takes me out to the back, just wants to have a little chit chat. I thought I was gonna make some friends, but turns out he transforms into a werebear too. He's been a werebear this entire time. That's why he smelled funky.
Oh, do you have a new best friend?
Do you have a new best friend?
You'll see.
Okay, then I guess you'll see too. And he transformed in the middle of the field, and I transformed too, frolicking around, doing some bear stuff, doing some bro bear stuff, and then invited me over to meet the other werebears, because there are more werebears in that town, and they all knew each other except for me. So we went over, and unfortunately, Yaz wanted to tag along, or she had to tag along. But we got to the bar, and we came across a very terrible sight.
A grisly scene.
I know.
Am I missing anything, Joan, Shu?
I think the only thing I want to add is that Yaz and Beryl moved in together briefly, and they had to have a little back and forth because Beryl was not allowed to bring all of her guns and grenades, and you could only bring it through like 1/3 of it, but that she's fine. It's fine. And it is close to the end of Beryl's forced vacation from the agency. And she tried using a key to open to the agency because Yaz used her luck point, and it didn't work. So the agency is not playing around when they say you cannot be back on campus.
Mm-hmm. And then I think the last thing perhaps was just that you guys are planning on breaking into the agency to get more information about what's going on. That was at least right, the intention?
Yeah. Yaz wanted to break into the agency along with Dolly.
And I think also Sally was on your side as well.
Yes, yeah. Sally, who took the doll of the previous dude and is dressing it up in a little Bo Peep outfit. That was a good detail, and I want to make sure that doesn't get lost.
Yeah. Cool. So I think we should take ourselves to where last episode ended. You guys are heading over to this bar that Gliz mentioned that, him and his...
it was a bear bar.
It was where all his bear buddies were hanging out at the bear bar. Invited you all there. And as you guys pull into this bear bar named McGarrity's, you push your way in, and as you look inside, it is like I said, a little bit of a grisly scene. You see a pool table cracked in half with a man's body laid across it. You see a couple more forms slumped over some high stools and over the actual bar. And finally, the last thing you saw was Frank Vienna, the school counselor, who you knew was a werebear, who invited you over, told you was urgent. Is laying on the ground, being lifted up by a shirt collar from a man silhouetted in the back. He raises his hand and points his fingers and stabs Frank through the chest with his bare hand before pulling it back. Turning around, Dolly and Beryl see a familiar face, that of David Montgomery. In that same moment, you also notice one new thing about him: the fangs descending from his canines over his lip. And I think this is where we're going to pick up. He sees you. You watch his eyes soften as he takes in Dolly's presence and appearance. And then they harden as he locks on two barrels. A snarl comes across his teeth, drops the corpse, a setup, and then rushes out the back door.
Don't go! Don't go! Come back!
Beryl's just like pinching herself, like, am I still dreaming? Is this like Streeterville again? Am I stuck in a ghost place? Like, what's happening here?
Liz is yelling. No, my only man friends.
You could. Do you want to check up on any of these bodies? Do you want to look at any of the folks here? Anyone? If you want to like chase after David, feel free to do that.
I'm gonna chase after David.
Hell yeah.
Wait, am I with everybody here?
You tell me. Did you weren't at the picnic with everyone else? What were you sort of doing?
We had a picnic on Montrose Beach without you.
Yeah.
Well, I did that in real life without any of you. So, and ice cream too. Anyways, yeah. Check my Instagram, by the way, if you want to see a picture of me with ice cream.
It was very fun. You look very cute.
Sorry. Yeah. Jeff was on a week-long retreat in Dayton, Ohio, martial arts retreat. He was trying to learn how to do martial arts. So
especially after the last event.
He got a little hurt last time. Yeah, so he was...
Which martial arts?
He was doing a Taekwondo conference led by white people in Dayton, Ohio. And that's what he's been doing. So I will say he's on his way back and is right now texting everybody, why did everybody stop texting me? And then I'll find a good time for Jeff to make his appearance.
Hell yeah. So it's the rest of you all here, standing around and seeing the space. Dolly makes a move for it out the door to try and follow David. Beryl, you're still trying to process if this is real or if this is a fantasy that you're in.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to read a bad situation.
Heck yeah. Then with that, let's move over to the gameplay screen. You got a success. Heck yeah. Tell me what you want to know.
Okay. I want to know. This is just a 10, so I don't get to do the 3 other questions, right?
No,
okay,
no,
cool.
This is an advanced success. So it's not like you didn't beat a 12. Like a 12 plus is like a nat 20 or like something for another game. This is just a 10 to 12 is good.
Okay. Are there any dangers we haven't?
I think I need to update the overlay because I did not change people's faces on this one. Thank you. But while you're talking, I will do that, and you guys can keep discussing.
Cool. I am going to ask the question, are there any dangers we haven't noticed? Because Beryl knows something is wrong, but she is so shocked because that is her former partner, the one who died, whose death was the creation and the cause of her demotion from the program that she shepherded, and the agency that she's given her literal entire 130 or 140 out of 150 years of life too. So Beryl's not having a good day right now, okay? Beryl's having a rough time.
There are a lot of things that are coming to term. As you're looking for any other dangers, your head on a swivel looking around this place, I think it's clear to you. Well, I'd say, how many holds do you get on a success? Isn't it, you get more than one, right?
Oh, shit.
On
Yeah,
a
I
10 to
get a
12?
whole 3 on a 10.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. All right.
So you want to ask, are there any other dangers? Which I think while you see here presently, you look the most pressing danger seems to have already passed. The fight that took place, you guys are coming in after it. Like, what was happening was the dangerous moment, and after David or whoever that was left, it's a different space.
Okay. I am going to keep the 2 other holds because I have a feeling that I'm going to need to kick some ass later. So I think Beryl at some point snaps at him and is like, wait, Dolly, and then runs after her.
Heck yeah. So Dolly moves after, Beryl runs after Dolly. Simone, do you want to do anything in this bar that you've entered?
Yeah, so are there any footprints or things left behind?
Investigate a mystery.
Yeah.
It's a 3. It's tough right now. You can't really see anything of note. There's so much just carnage at play. It's hard to even recognize what this bar used to look like other than what are the remnants of where the table base stood before it was knocked over, where the glasses were before they were broken on the shelves. But yeah, Harrison, do you want to Gliz? I think you're muted on your mic.
I'm going to turn.
Got it.
Going to turn.
Cool.
So give me a second for me to turn.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think why don't you plan on that, and because I think you can turn and make that move with your there it is.
Oh yeah, so I'd like to also investigate a mystery. I want to sniff out who the hell killed all of my my potential werebear friends. I was so excited.
Yeah,
I was so excited to see them. All right, let me put this up.
Mm-hmm. Use your senses on it.
Yeah, use my senses.
Yeah.
Investigate a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh, a mixed success. So you get to ask one, I believe, on this one. Out of these
them? Oh no, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think that could be a question. I think that can be ordered. I'm gonna tell you something right here, Gliz. As you're going around looking at these bodies, seeing like what happened here, what can hurt it, what happened here, who killed them, right? Like that specifically.
Who killed them?
Yeah. You were looking at these bodies, and on a mixed success, as you're gazing around, you look and you go to the first one, still breathing. Go to the second one, still breathing. Third, fourth. You look at Frank as you move closer to him. He's got a hole, like a fist went into his chest cavity. But as you're looking at him, you can still hear the rasp of his breath at literally missing every vital organ. No one is dead, but they are all severely wounded. And the person who did this, you watched go out the door. Someone very trained, very, very in control of themselves to cause this much damage and not be fatal.
And right at that moment, your phone buzzes with a text saying, "I'm outside. Where are you? I can't find the door. Where are you guys?"
Can we pick them up and take them to the animal hospital?
I think you process that, and I think we're gonna cut over to Dolly and Beryl making their way around the corner out into the alley. As you guys bust your way, Dolly, you're looking empty.
I want to investigate a mystery.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, I'm doing investigate a mystery with a flexible alternative.
Ooh.
Just me roll a sharp. Let me just make sure I have a good sharp.
Okay.
My sharp is better than my, what is it usually?
I think you do use sharp for investigating.
Oh, then what is this?
Yeah.
I'll just do it anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
my sharp is -1, so.
Let's see. Dolly. Got a mixed success. Heck yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I want to know where he went. Let me see what I can ask.
Oh, so a fixed alternative. When you investigate a mystery with your peculiar techniques, roll plus sharp. On a 7 to 9, ask the keeper one general question. Based on how you're investigating, they will tell you honestly with a reasonable detail what you discover.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to know where he went.
As you look and try to see where David, your father, disappeared to, you look into the sky and see something flapping its wings, disappearing across the corner of the alley that you're in, sort of like rounding the bend, flying off. It's dark. You couldn't tell if it was a bird or something else, but.
Do you think that was a night bird, or do you think my dad flew away?
Beryl has just run up behind her. Did you see a bird?
Maybe. I don't. What kind of birds fly at night? It wasn't an owl.
Nocturnal birds. A lot of birds fly at night. That's a ridiculous question.
All I know about is owls, okay? I have a 3rd grade education.
That's something you should have noted on your application, and I will retroactively put it in there. Masood, is there anything around that I could like throw at the bird?
Whatever that flying thing is at this point is no longer within eyesight. It is broken. Yeah. If you guys want to like try to keep like eyes on it, you would have to keep moving and try to like keep pace. But like standing here and having a conversation is like putting further distance between you and whatever that is.
Okay.
Which if you guys actually want to like, if you want to run or just decide to do a scene here, I can let you guys talk and introduce Ben to the scenario. Like if you guys want to send messages.
Yeah, let's do that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cool. With that, Ben, you arrive. Jeff Choi pulls up to the front door looking for folks. You text Gliz waiting for a response. Does Gliz reply, or does Jeff Choi eventually just push the door open?
Yeah, Jeff doesn't get a reply and then says, texts Gliz, drop a pin, and then doesn't get a reply and calls him on FaceTime. And gets no reply. And so he's just sort of walking in circles after his Uber dropped him off.
Mm-hmm.
And he's checking his Uber to make sure it was dropped off at the right location.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's doing a Google Maps and like pulling the guy down to the street to make sure the street looks the same.
After doing 15 checks to make sure that this is in fact the place that you're supposed to be, you push open the door and immediately question everything. Well, actually, maybe you feel perfectly at place. You watch these like bloody bodies cracked. Like this is not a bar.
As soon as he opens he's opened the door normally and then sees that and then gets in a fighting pose and says, "What happened here?" Because he's been at his Taekwondo retreat in Dayton,
Ohio.
And so do you like Gliz? Do you fill me in?
No, I'm carrying all the bodies on me right now.
So you're just drenched in blood,
like, drenched in blood, just like
other people's blood. Yeah.
Organs are like, it ran out the door. I'm just pointing at the door.
All right. Do you have anything silver?
Do I have anything silver? And I take off my.
Oh wait,
take
sorry.
out my whistle.
I don't say that because I don't know who committed the crime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
So I just say, who did it?
I don't know. This is coming with it, using his claws to like sharpen, and I'm just like mumbling and fumbling everything that I'm saying. This is outside.
I want to go up and slap Gliz in the face.
Okay.
Gliz,
you might have to act under pressure whether or not you drop one of these bodies you're carrying. After you
all right, fine. I'll roll under pressure. Does Ben have to kick some ass?
I don't unless you hit him back.
I'm not trying to like hurt you bad. I'm trying to. Yeah. Come on.
Okay.
This is the third time you've been hit, Harrison.
Actor
I'm the
pressure.
tank. I'm the tank of
this
the
is an actor under pressure situation. It's a failure. You drop one of the bodies.
I drop all of them.
You drop one of them as you. I'm not gonna. You didn't.
Hey,
roll.
but you get to mark experience.
You get to mark
something from me slapping you. Oh, by the way, real quick. Point of order.
Yeah.
Do I get to heal my harm from the last session?
Yes, absolutely. If anyone hadn't already done that, this is a new sort of scenario. I imagine there's been time for you to recover from.
Gotcha.
You guys are back up to full health. No one sustained anything like too. I mean, besides Dolly, but that we've already described that this is actually typical for Dolly. This is what Dolly does. And G Money.
Jeff was hurt pretty bad.
Jeff was pretty. Yeah.
It wasn't like that bad, but he at the retreat they had a spa that rejuvenated him, which was the jacuzzi at the Best Western. Okay, so I slap Gliz and I say, "Get a hold of yourself, man. There's a killer to catch. Tell me what they look like, and I'll find them."
Have you ever seen Nosferatu?
Yeah, I've seen Nosferatu, dude. 1923, like Fritz Lang. Yeah, or F.W. Murnau. Yeah, I've seen Nosferatu. Okay, dude.
Okay, well then Nosferatu just ran out the door.
Vampire?
I think so. Vampire or Voldemort?
Okay. Do you have any garlic?
Garlic?
Yeah, do you have any garlic, dude?
This is a bar. I think they have garlic salt somewhere here at least.
Can I look around to see if
investigate a mystery to find a garlic salt? Yeah. Absolutely.
1 second. Investigate mystery. Rolling with sharp. Yeah, and I'm pretty sharp. I failed.
That's a failure. Yeah, grab some market experience. But you're looking. You can't find garlic salt anywhere. Let's cut to
How about salt.
I want to see what's going on with Dolly and Beryl. Well, yeah, Simone, are you doing anything in this moment as Jeff walks in and you see these two buds interact?
I'm just shaking my head. I'm like really embarrassed because my cousin's back, and he's just acting
walked
like
into
a
the room
fool.
like this. Yeah.
I'm just like, ugh. He went to his retreat again.
Mm-hmm.
Literally cringe, but he's cringe, bro. That's what the teens would say, right?
Mm-mm. So yeah, I'm just acting like I don't know them.
And I think I'll say, as you're looking at the scenario and Gliz is like sort of getting Jeff up to stream like about everything that's happening, I think you understand that like these people aren't dead yet. They're very hurt, they're badly injured, but they need medical attention or they will die. Maybe like you were able to gather this sort of aspect of it, which begs the question, as you all are trying to handle that, what's going on with Dolly and Beryl in the alley, deciding whether or not to follow after this thing that rounded a corner?
Well, Nightbird or not, I just have this really strong feeling.
Beryl's running. Like
dad.
she's like, oh great. And like Beryl didn't clock any of that.
Me.
And just keeps running.
Trying to tell you something really important, Beryl.
I'm listening. I am listening. I'm just listening and running. And if you could also run, that'd be a lot better. You know what? Actually, forget this. I'm gonna grab Dolly and just take her and run.
Oh my God! Do not pick me up. I hate this.
As you guys round the corner, I want you to act under pressure, and depending on how you roll, will determine one, whether or not you can keep eyes on it, and whether or not two, you can hit. It's an advanced success. You're able. You watch it get. Like it's like halfway down the block, but you can still see it flapping its wings in the air. And as the street lamps pep over it, you see it is not a night bird, but in fact a bat.
Okay, see, it's a bat, and bats are very nocturnal. Again, you gotta stop assuming that all animals are just like in the sun.
Oh my God! I didn't say it wasn't a bat.
Are you still chasing after it, or have you stopped?
Oh yeah, we're still running. I'm still running. Beryl got really long.
I just got, sometimes the object work is necessary for the storytelling, Yeah,
I'm on a standing desk right now, so.
Put me down or launch me at that bat.
Okay, she launches her.
Oh my God.
Heck yeah. Okay,
so that would be an act under pressure.
I think here's the thing, with your success, I'm gonna say it rolls over. You're able to, in this moment, like Beryl has been looking for something to do, dude. You have been you just got out of the pot and you're back into the fire. Like you could not handle spending a week polishing your weapons and like cleaning Yaz's apartment for them. Like it was I imagine for Beryl, there was like nothing going on. So like now that this moment has happened, and also David, maybe your instant toss Dolly into the air. Dolly, you're gonna need to act under pressure to see if one, you're able to close the distance, and two, what are you trying to do in particular? I before you roll, describe me what you're trying to do. Do you want to grab this bat? Do you want to stab this bat? Do you want to catch this bat? What is happening?
I think Dolly wants to like catch it and like sort of like cradle it like a football as she tumbles back onto the ground, so that like they can figure out and talk about. She doesn't want to hurt it. Mm-hmm. She just wants to catch it.
Ooh. Okay.
So
cool.
Here we go.
Give me a roll. It's a mixed success. So as you move over, I think you're able to tumble over, wrap your arms around it, and sort of pocket it close into your body. And as you see it fluttering around, you got it tucked. I think here's the issue about this situation. You got it. You planned this far out. And then you realize you're plummeting back to the ground. You were at a bat's level height through your combined athleticism and did not think about how it would be to land with this amount of acceleration. And as you hit the ground and you roll, trying to maintain a grip on this creature, it bursts out of your hands as you end up laying sprawled as it tucks away.
And I just want to note for the viewers at home that it looks like slow-mo in a football game
Yeah.
when they're like, when it's like in real life, it was like almost an expert catch, just slips out of their hand. But in slow-mo, it looks like
the bat's like just flapping around across your face as it screeches and sort of tucks around the bend. So I want to cut back as you guys have been here. What's going on with the three of you all back in the bar in McGarrity's?
We found some salt.
Yeah. But
No, you did. He had a
not garlic.
failure
Not garlic
on the
salt,
just
salt.
Just regular
Just
salt?
salt.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
and then I think the salt will work.
Yeah, because I think I saw something in a movie where you can draw a line of salt on the ground and that'll stop a vampire. I'm gonna run out and I'm gonna go get after him. Are you okay with all these bodies here? Do you need any help?
I think I got it. I'm dropping more.
Yeah.
So we can keep
Simone,
going.
you watch
I
them.
got it. Just go.
Was they're trying to figure out some sort of salt-based defensive strategy. What is Simone realizing that time is crucial for these injured individuals? What are you doing?
So I start like going over to their bodies and trying to check for like a pulse, anything breathing. I kind of want to, I don't want to do CPR, but like, can I do healing powers?
Well, let's look at your magic. Let's see what it would be for that to manifest itself, right?
I don't know if I saw anything.
Let's see. I go to use magic. Say what you're trying to achieve and how you do the spell. You can heal one harm from an injury or cure a disease or neutralize a poison. So so I think this could be it. You're trying to collectively like stabilize an individual, and depending on how well you roll, we can talk about whether or not how many people you affect, whether or not it's how long it lasts, depending on the glitch that you choose, and I'll tell you how it manifests. But I think in terms of effect on a use magic, what you're trying to do, what it would be is under the category of heal one harm from an injury. You're just trying to like spread it out amongst people.
Okay,
Okay.
so I will roll.
Okay.
Let's see.
There are 4 injured people in here, including 3 other people other than Frank. It's a mixed success. So on a 7 to 9, it works imperfectly. So choose your effect in the glitch. So I think, like we said, the effect is heal one harm from an injury, right? What glitch do you think it is?
It has a problematic side effect.
I think that's perfect. Thank you. Also, thank you for this gift. Just a great, wonderful gift.
Oh God.
And I just yes, and as you watch Simone's eyes completely whiten as they begin to channel a spell from deep within them, realizing the sort of understanding of the universe, that energy that they've been pulling on from before feels almost easier to grasp to. And as they move their hands and begin to place them onto the bodies of the people that Gliz keeps dropping, you watch their wounds seal up. A lot of them are all of them are still unconscious. You get to Frank. You begin to do your magic. And you watch as his wound seals a scar long across where it was, jagged, looking almost as if it was still fresh. And you watch his eyes open as he looks at Simone standing above him and takes his paw and is going to kick some ass. It's a 2d6 plus 2. How many dice did I roll? That was 1. Okay. I don't think he'll get it. We'll see. 5, 6 plus 2. This is 7. It's a mixed success. So he reaches up paw, and you watch as he begins to his arm transforms first, and he slashes Simone, dealing 2 damage, and pushes away and begin to stand up, looking panicked and aggressive. We're gonna cut back to Beryl and Dolly. What's going on in the street after this bat has fluttered out of Dolly's arms?
I had him. Oh, I had him.
That's okay. You tried. Beryl's gonna take out her sniper rifle and is gonna aim for the wings.
No.
I'm not gonna kill. I'm not gonna kill. I'm just gonna harm a little so we can talk to him. And if we do it now, then it's not gonna be too bad. So
I love this idea of you pulling out.
Ass.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a kick some ass roll. Standing.
I'm gonna roll for protect someone.
Oh, hell yeah! Let's count these rolls.
Love it. All right. Yeah. Now I get to do it too.
You could use a luck point. Dolly.
Oh, I probably have to against Beryl, don't I?
Beryl got a 12. You would have to use a luck point
Okay.
for us to resolve this correctly.
I'm gonna use a luck point. Wait, do I even have any luck points?
I think so. I don't think you've used many. Which, I mean, honestly, sometimes you should, because one of the things is, like, reduce all harm that you would receive from an injury. Like,
You should.
No, I don't have to do that because I have dessert.
Yeah.
I'll use a luck point.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Let me look at your sheet real fast.
Okay.
I just want to see what is the effect of you using, or do you want to read it out loud, actually?
Yeah, when you spend, I wonder if I can show it if I click it. Nope. Okay. When you spend luck, you find a dangerous lead on your prey.
I think this is
Could
perfect.
be on Beryl.
No, well, I think your prey has always been the murderers of, like, whoever did it, right?
Yeah.
And so, or in this scenario, we can describe it as being Beryl, potentially, but as you see Beryl in the middle of a street, like Western in Chicago, just pull out from underneath there what would look like to somebody else like a stick bag, a gun, aim and shoot at this bat that's flying away. You move up and get at the muzzle at the last sort of moment, and you watch this bullet begin moving, and you see the bat twist and see one of its feet knock off and land as it screeches, and it continues to fly away.
Oh my god! You took a foot off.
I was gonna take a wing off. I can do it again.
Don't do it again.
Why? Listen. I that is my ex-partner. Okay, I have not seen that person. Either someone is possessing him, he is back from the dead, we might have to kill him again. So in my opinion, the best thing we can do is to either take him down now, not in a killing way, in a let's harm him just enough that he doesn't fly away, and we can kind of interrogate him a little.
Hey,
Also,
Beryl, you are blind to just seeing the world through your work. That is not your ex-partner. That is my dad. He's back from the dead, or he never died, and he has come back to find me, and you shot him. He came back to find me, and you shot him.
Time out. What do you mean he's your dad?
I think we're going to cut to what's happening in the bar. You watch as Frank in his bear form is pushing away, looking very panicked, watching as the massacre sort of going around. What is everyone doing? Simone, you took 2 points of damage after successfully healing everyone with this problematic side effect. As you see Frank, this werebear, behaving more bear than human.
He's healed, right? Just to be clear.
He is no longer unstable. That is what Simone's magic has done. These people aren't, like, as you guys know with your health, like, they're no longer bleeding out. They're no longer in a dangerous position. They have been stabilized. So they're not 100%, but they are, I think it's more or less fear and adrenaline that was keeping him going before that is still in his system running through it.
Liz, do you think you could talk to him?
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna step in there, still holding a couple of bodies, or just maybe one just on my back, and say, "It's like, whoa, buddy, it's me, it's Gliz, it's Gliz. Let's come over here. What happened? We're here to help you. Relax, it's me."
Give me a manipulate someone roll.
Manipulate somebody. Yeah, okay.
And I'm gonna give you a +1 to it because of what you said, and also you're also in bear form. You like transformed into your bear form first before you started talking to him. Success.
All right.
Hell yeah. Okay. I should not have eaten that slice of my dinner right when I said that. But you watch as Frank's eyes, wild, shaky, moving back and forth, begin to center and focus. His eyebrows descend as he watches you, and the hairs on the back of his neck begin to settle. And he stands up on his hind legs, no longer in a fighter's pose, and then sits back on his butt. You watch as the fear and weight of what occurred begins to pass over him. Frank, Gliz, oh God, it was awful. That thing what's going on? Where's Donnie and Sarah and Billy? Are they? And he looks at the corpses of Donnie, Billy, and Sarah in the room. Sorry, not corpses. The unconscious bodies of them. Sees them breathing, and he so fast. He just attacked us out of the blue when we were just like coming for a drink.
Who's he? What's his name?
I don't know.
All right, Sorry, go ahead.
No, he looked like a vampire. What were you gonna say?
A vampire?
He's still got, like you said, he's not unstable, but he's still got wounds, right?
Yeah, he's still got like wounds that have like basically you look like joints and like real just like bruises on him that like aches. But
open.
Nothing is openly bleeding at this point.
All right, then I want to throw the salt in his eyes and say, "He's gonna do salt in the wound." But I throw the salt in his eyes and say, "Listen," and grab him by the collar or whatever. There's fur on his neck and say, "Listen, you better tell us what the hell you saw." What roll for this one? Kick some ass to see how much it hurts, or manipulate someone?
Manipulate someone for sure.
Okay.
Because ultimately you're trying
12!
to... you're really trying to intimidate this guy. You're really trying to...
Get the hell out of him.
Has anyone ever had salt in their eye? Has anyone opened their eyes underwater at sea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take that and multiply that saline, that salt content by a huge amount as you watch granules of this like pink Himalayan rock salt that is like
sharp salt.
Sharp, like cuts across his eyes. And you grab the ruff of his neck immediately. He's so flustered.
I said, "You hurt my cousin, man. You better tell me what you know."
I'm sorry. I didn't know what was happening. Okay. Okay. We were here, and the guy was at the bar, and then next thing we knew, Donnie was across the pool table, and Sarah went to help him, but I was last for whatever reason.
All right, you seem like you've calmed down. But if you hurt my cousin again.
No. I'm a guidance counselor. Is that Simone? Is that you? You watch as this man transforms out of his bear form into the body of your student, your guidance counselor from school, Frank Vienna.
Mr. Vienna? What the heck is going on? Why are you also a bear?
More important question, why are you underage in a bar?
I'm here with my cousin. I'm going to be his DD for the night. I'm not drinking, so...
Okay, good, because you have a promising future, Simone, and it would hate to jeopardize it. Also, you knew Gliz was a werebear?
Yes, I did.
Jeff pipes up and says, "When will you realize Vienna's a bear too?" And you'd let us know if he gets a big laugh on that one.
What do you want me to roll against?
I want you to create it as a storytelling thing. You tell me if that kills in the room or not.
I think you know what. It doesn't
roll
kill
that dice.
Let's ask the chat.
Roll it.
Let's ask the chat. Chat.
What do you feel?
Would
Did that kill?
Slay in the room, or was it the wrong time to say such a thing?
I think you,
Salty Ginger. What do you think?
Yeah, Lauren. What do you feel? Got him. You see Frank process.
Okay.
What just happened? Okay. Yeah. He stands himself up.
I'm finding out in this game that what this game needs is a perform check, because that's all we've been doing. It is charm, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, charm
manipulate.
Manipulate someone based on it. Do you want to roll and manipulate someone to see if you kill on it?
No, I don't.
You did great on the last one, man. You got a 12 basically.
No, it's just my little joke. Doesn't need to be rolled.
Somebody at the bar who was in Streeterville was like, I liked your old stuff better.
Masood, I think you should roll a 6 for every single person at the bar. Any 6s at their bar.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, I guess my little joke didn't go over so well.
You know what the problem is? The audience is pretty dead or unconscious. The only people that are around you right now are a man who you just slapped and then threw salt in his eye and then grabbed him by the scruff of his bare neck, terrifying him. So I think he gives a chuckle out of fear at these impressive taekwondo.
Yeah, by the way, I look insane.
Are you wearing your gi?
Are
you like what?
Size, and then sang Vienna.
Yeah.
By Billy Joel. Okay. Yes, and I am wearing a gi.
You're wearing your taekwondo gi.
Yeah.
What's your belt color? After this weekend in Dayton, Ohio.
Orange, right?
Yellow.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a yellow, but I think it's the first one up from white.
Yeah, I was like, what's the smallest?
Yeah, that's the one. That's a participation one. If you show up, you get the yellow one.
You go white, yellow, and then I think red, then blue.
No, red is pretty high.
Yeah. There's green. It's green and then purple.
Mm-hmm.
I know blue. Wait, green, blue, purple, and then
brown.
Green,
brown.
The real question is, can you count to 8 in Korean, like everyone who took Taekwondo can?
Yeah, Jeff Choi's Korean.
According to Google, it is white, yellow, orange, green, purple, blue,
orange,
senior, brown, stripe, red, junior, black, and then black.
Perfect. In any case, I sang my little song. That's all.
You sang your little song. Heck yeah. So you've stabilized these bodies. You gotten a little bit of the story of what's going on. What's going on? I would love to hear outside this bar, in the alley now in the street, as you, Dolly, begin to realize that David Montgomery was many things. An agent, a member of your organization, but also apparently Dolly's father.
What do you mean, your father? Okay, that's not possible. I mean, it's physically possible. I don't really want to think about that because he's my ex-partner and that's a coworker thing, and that's just I don't really want to go there. But like, we don't have families. We cut off all ties. We give up our last names. When you join the agency, you are part of the agency. You say goodbye to your human life.
I mean, my dad was always really weird about his job.
This isn't a job. This is a calling. This is something you do. This is I don't think you understand how much paperwork we signed to make sure that we understand we have no more life. We have no more contact.
What would the consequences be if you had a family?
I have literally never known a single person in the history of the agency who's had a family. I mean, sometimes your families died and then they joined the agency. That's very common, much more common than you think. You know, that was probably one of the reasons I took you into the internship. They were like, yeah, this really resonates with me, you know?
So what are you saying? He's not my dad?
No, I don't know what to say because it's not possible because Montgomery and we were partners for almost 80 something years. Like we worked together very closely.
My dad was like 42 when he passed away.
Montgomery was one of the older members. He was one of the first ones to take me under his wings. He was, I never got the correct age, but I think it was north of 300. He was there when Napoleon took, you know what? This is the whole thing. And if we shoot
Wait
that
a
thing
second,
down,
didn't we find
we
out
can
at the
ask.
agency that my dad died on the same day as your partner?
That means nothing. That's a coincidence. And the universe is full of coincidences. And if you don't look too hard, the agency is totally fine. Come on, we have to go shoot a bat.
Would anyone have killed him for having a family?
No, the agency would never hurt one of their agents. That's ridiculous. Do you know how much paperwork that would be? That is so beyond the pale. I can't even.
Beryl.
That's ridiculous.
Do you remember when the steer character was eaten? I'm pretty sure that was the agency.
Bartholomew was a cow. He was.
Bartholomew.
Yeah, but yeah, that's no. But he got killed in the line of duty. He wasn't eaten by the agency. That's different. I mean, we can get killed on in a field mission if we're done. That's just part of the job. The job that I committed my life to. Can we shoot this bat or not?
No, we're not shooting that bat until we find out whether it's my father, whether it's your ex-partner, or whether it's both.
As you're looking for the bat, you can't see it anymore on the skyline. And you hear Dolly, after you say your line, a voice. You know, that's probably a good idea, actually, because you might hurt someone waving around an instrument like that. And standing above you on the rooftop is your old buddy Jerry.
Jerry.
Oh, Beryl doesn't even think about it. She immediately fires a gun at Jerry.
Give a roll.
Does that kick some ass or act under pressure?
I think it might. I think it's kick
It's
some ass.
kick-ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a mixed success. As you see him look at you, the bullet comes his way, and you watch it go in one. And he goes, ah! Ow! Ow! And he pops the bullet out of his body and says, "Jeez, now my suit's gonna stain." Beryl, really? You're supposed to be the rational one. What, your entire world crumbling got you too?
What?
Miss? Oh my God, this is what happens when you take 10 days off of work. Oh my God, I missed a shot. I missed with my sniper rifle.
You tried to no-scope me. You really 360'd on it, and it really wasn't gonna happen.
I will shoot you again if you keep talking. I just want you to know.
What's going on back in the bar at this moment between the other three of you all? You found out a little bit more information. Frank's being a little more compliant with you all. Gliz, what's going on in your head? I'd really love to hear what's happening here.
There's a lot that's going on. I think I'm still dripping in blood, even though everybody is pretty much healed.
Yeah.
So I'm running my face under the water gun that they have at the bar, and then I take out a nice I take out some milk, and I take out some vodka, pour it in, and then I'm sipping on it, just trying to process everything that's going on.
Sorry, you put vodka in milk?
Yeah.
What is this? A Clockwork Orange? What's going on? Yeah.
I'm a werebear.
Okay.
I'm a werebear.
Is that a thing? Is milky vodka a drink that I'm just not aware of?
A white
Bears
Russian?
like milk.
A White Russian? A bear's like
It
milk?
is White Russian.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
just
think
think
of-
that's something Beryl would have drank before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you think of bears or you think of cats as liking milk. It's a big thing. They love cream. They love to lap it up out of little saucers. But
It's actually not good for them. You really should not give cats.
sure, yeah, you heard it here first. Masood's,
Wait, really?
animal
Yeah,
husbandry tips. But
they can't
I don't
process
understand.
dairy.
Bears like milk too? I think you should have a honey cocktail.
A honey cocktail. They're out of. You think that they have honey? They don't even have garlic salt.
Yeah, but what if they had a big cocktail? What if they mixed it in a beehive?
Investigate a mystery, Harrison.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Okay,
go
I'll
ahead.
investigate
Let's
this.
hear it.
Maybe I could go to the beehive out back, and maybe if there was, if there is one. Okay.
I hate that you rolled a mixed success because I told myself, what would happen if you got a mixed success. On a full success, you were going to find Honey Jack underneath the sink. You were going to be able to get, your favorite sort of drink that you and Frank had shared. Here's what you get on a mixed success. You're standing in the bar in the back, looking around, and you see a storeroom or a door to something that probably is a storeroom. Maybe they got other beverages on there. And when you push back, you see an office. No one's there. No one's sort of behind it. But you do see one thing in the office that gives you a moment of consideration. A set, multiple screens, displaying CCTV footage of the bar.
Hey guys, come down here.
All right, come in there. Jeff's like, whoa, this would be good for our investigation. What role should I do or should I investigate a mystery or act under pressure to use my technical know-how to access I guess, get into it and run it back to when the attack happened?
I'd say an act under pressure roll. I'll give you like a +1 to it because
should I just roll sharp? I mean, use my sharp modifier on act under pressure.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. I think that's the best way to. Thank you. I think that's the best way to run it. And as you're doing that, you see Franco walks in the room. Wait, what? Oh, good. You got to delete the footage. They can't know that bears, that their werebears are real. This is smart of you. Just delete all of it.
Wait.
Well, we should watch. We should figure out what this guy looks like first, right?
Yeah. You guys saw him, right?
I didn't see him. I just got here.
Gliz, you saw him? I could tell you. I can give you a description. Dude, just delete it because we can't know that if word gets out that we're a threat.
I just hold up the salt shaker. Sorry.
Wait, hold on. One second here. And so, what's the whole point of having CCTV footage here? What's the whole point of having that if this is a werebear bar?
This isn't a werebear bar. I just told you that we needed your help with something. And I said Tuesday we were going to do a thing. Like, I texted you as an...
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I still want to know what this guy actually looks like so we can maybe, like, take a picture of the video, Jeff. We can do that, right?
Listen, hang on. Let me see if I can figure out this
resolution's going to
system.
be bad. You can't even see anything on it. I can describe you what
Give me some of the salt so I can throw it on his eyes.
Yeah, I tossed the salt back to Gliz, and I use my hacking know-how, and I get a mixed success.
Mixed success. You watch it. It's hard to get all of it back because some of the cameras, as you're looking through it, were knocked and shifted in the scuffle. But what are you trying to specifically? You're just trying to look for some material, right?
Yeah, Jeff is like, he's like talking out loud while he's typing, which is what he's been taught to do from CSI.
Yeah.
And he says, all right, I want to zero in, enhance, and find this guy's face. But wait, if he's really a vampire, he's not going to show up on this at all.
You're trying to think about all those sort of things. So here's the choice. Do you want a worst outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay? Choose out of those three, and I'll tell you what sort of happens.
Give Jeff a hard choice, baby.
As you're going through it, you see that there is going to be a way to, like, the file is damaged. It's not really that accessible. There's like a little bit of a blur of where David is, but like everything happened so fast, it seemed to be almost over in less than a minute. Like, you guys really arrived just after things happened. And as you're trying to find more of that footage, it's difficult. You're trying to like pull it away from like and put it onto a flash drive. You can delete this footage in front of Frank, or you can try and slip it onto a flash drive before deleting it.
Okay. I plug in the flash drive, get ready to make a copy, and then I look back real quick to see if anybody saw what I'm doing. I see my buddy Gliz. werebear,
Mm-hmm.
covered in blood, having a rough time. And I realize I can't do anything that could possibly harm this community. I rip out the flash drive. No, I don't eject it. And then I delete the footage.
Do you guys watch it before deleting it, or you just delete it before even making a copy?
I didn't make a copy.
Mhm.
I had a change of heart and I deleted it to protect the werebears. But I thought it said we peeked at the footage and it is not really usable.
You peeked at the footage. You couldn't. You think maybe? I think that's the hard choice. Like, if more time, you might have been able to like see something, but in this moment, it was difficult. And
I just say we don't have time to analyze this. That person is out of here right now. I'm just going to delete this. I'm wiping the whole hard drive, and I brick the entire hard drive.
Smart. Do you want me to? Do you need? I can get like a brick from outside and like throw it at the computer. Will that help?
Gliz, give me back the salt. I do the jokes. I catch the salt. I do the jokes.
That's not a joke. I don't know how computers work.
No, I'm making it so that this hard drive will be completely irretrievable. No data on this hard drive will be able to be used.
Okay. Terrific. All right. Awesome. Then we should get out of here, right? Before the cops get here or whatever happens. We can go back to my place. I got a couple I got a large sectional I can put Donnie, Sarah, and Billy onto.
All right, but how are we going to get them out of here without being seen?
Oh, I drove. I have a car.
Oh.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody called the cops, so I think we got some time. We don't have to rush or anything.
Simone, how are you doing? Are you okay? Sorry you had to see all these corpses and violence.
I'm not feeling really well right now, so I'm just
Simone holding like a bleeding arm from like a 4-claw gash.
Yeah, I'm just sitting on the bar stool, just like watching you guys like react to everything.
Oh no! Does anyone know anything about medicine? Can somebody? Gliz, can you roll to help someone? And
roll to help somebody for medicine? I'm a history teacher, but okay.
Yeah, I know, but you have the wrestling kids. Don't you know how to fix stuff when kids get hurt?
Oh, first aid. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Popping a dislocated shoulder is exactly the same as treating a bandaged wound. You know what I mean?
Exactly the same. Exactly the same. Yeah, the concussions have a lot of experience with that.
Yeah, they get mat burn
and cauliflower ear and ringworm.
Yeah, because all of those are burning or wounds. Yeah, they're not.
Ringworm's kind of a wound.
So what do I roll? Act under pressure.
It's like a ring. Yeah. You don't have like Simone's not.
Bro.
She's stable, right? Like Simone only took 2 damage, so it's not like terrible. But yeah.
Help out is to like help somebody else's roll. So since Simone's not rolling, I guess it would just be what Masood said. You just do help her out.
Yeah, I say you can help her out and like get some bandages on it if you want. If you want to do a you could use a help out roll to try to like reduce a harm. If you want to reduce some of the harm that's present, you can do that.
I will definitely do that.
We can resolve that sort of like off screen. We can talk about that. But I'd love to hear what's going on. It's a mixed success, so you're only able to do like 1 out of the 2. Here's the tough thing about this help out. You open yourself to harm in this way. And this way you've got now blood on the one part of you that did not have blood on it. Your shoes. It's the only part of your fit that was not doused in blood.
My white Air Forces.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
I wanted to impress all my werebear friends.
You like changed in the car before walking in. Yeah. What's going on with Beryl and Dolly as they look and see Jerry begin to float gently down from the top of the building to see them at eye level?
Are you here, Jerry?
Yeah.
Oh, I just checking in. I realized I rocked your world last time and told you that the agency wasn't to be trusted, that the apocalypse was coming, all of that good stuff. Just wanted to check in how you guys are. What's going on with you, my friends?
Not great, Jerry.
Yeah. You didn't specify which apocalypse, so I got all of the different kind of apocalypse paperwork ready. So anytime that you wanted to let us know, I'm ready.
Oh, I thought you knew there's just one apocalypse. All that paperwork it's just all the different apocalypses that happened over time. They picked on one. That's how they're myth and folklore.
No, that's not true. You don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know. I do. I've lived through a lot of them.
Dolly looks at her papers. Beryl has just like 1,000 copies of the same form, but with like the top part or like the description filled out with like different apocalypse description.
Yeah. Ragnarok on
goes-
one, like the other one is
It's
like,
like,
yeah.
Locust.
Uh-huh. Second
Yeah,
Comings
like-
on another one. Somehow we missed that one.
Yeah. There's a
Beryl,
lot.
wouldn't it have been easier to wait to fill out that part of the form than to bring 1,000 copies?
No, because the first thing you learn is that paperwork is all about preloading everything, and that way when you're done, you just stamp it and go, you know what? This is not the time right now. And like Beryl like shoves it back into her like pool bag along and like pulls out her like her rifle and it's just like, on the other hand, perhaps we just end this one. Because I'm back on the clock, baby. Beryl's back.
Okay, good. Get your energy out. It's nice. Do you want to use it on me, an innocent bystander who's only provided you information and help along the way? Or maybe it's your ex-partner that you thought was dead but apparently might not be? Or maybe it's the agency that has been gaslighting you for your entire existence.
We want to know more about
How
her partner.
dare- What? Do we?
We want to
Okay.
know more about her partner.
Oh, Dolly, you would, Dolly.
I would.
Yeah.
I do.
Mm-hmm. So, as you know, David, good guy, was murdered by some vampires, set aside. And, through my perilous work with some of my friends, I guess now enemies, I don't know, my old buddies at your agency, Beryl, they found out a little interesting fact. Those vampires that went after David, they didn't kill him. They weren't paid to do that.
By who?
Wait, they turned him into a vampire?
Ding, ding, ding. Made an outcast of a man trying to just have a family.
What about my mom?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, she did not know enough and unfortunately could not be allowed to then know more. So she is gone, Dolly. I am sorry to tell you that.
Not to make light of her family situation, but what are you talking about when you're saying he had a family? We don't have families at the agencies. We are singular. It was
You don't have a
Montgomery.
family, okay? Some people fall in love. Some people care about more than their work. Some people give a shit about something other than the agency, okay?
Yeah, those people don't join the agency. You know who joins the agency? People who are dedicated, like Montgomery. He taught me everything I knew, okay? And how are we going to
He
trust?
taught me everything I knew.
Congratulations. Why are we trusting Pointy McPointyface right here?
You go to point and Jerry is no longer right in front of you. He's on the other side of you. Yeah, good question. Why should you trust me? Yes, last we left off, you were in the bar, but you unfortunately weren't able to make it to our live recording of it. Where is Yez in accordance? Would you have followed Dolly and Beryl now that you know the situation as it was playing out? Or would you have stayed in the bar with the other three?
I feel like Yaz is probably with Beryl and Dolly.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's a great place to sort of pick up our episode. You watch Beryl and Dolly take off into the alley and begin to make their way. You're still in the bar watching this sort of scene play out. Watch Gliz lift up as many of his new friends as he can until you hear some noise from the alley. It sounds like a loud bang. And you realize it's probably not a firework. So you book it out into the alley, make your way, and see Beryl's smoking gun in their hand, shouting between Dolly and them until a figure appears on the corner. Do you make your presence known? Do you hide behind? So you're waiting. We watch Yaz tuck behind this corner watching them as you overhear their conversation talking about I don't think you can make it out fully, but you see them conversing. Let's jump into that conversation.
How are you going to fill out the paperwork if you don't know even who you're going to kill?
Exactly. Well, I'm going to kill. Actually, that's not part of the problem. The problem is that we don't know what happened. This person is possessing my ex-partner.
Ooh, good theory. I love this. Keep brainstorming. This is fun.
Shut up, Jerry.
I'm just saying, Beryl, think before you shoot, okay?
I did. I thought, and then I shot. Part of your job is to not sit here and try to figure out, oh, what's the backstory of this, whatever. Sometimes you just gotta barrel down, you know.
That's my dad.
We don't know that.
Well,
we have no idea.
We don't know that it's not.
I mean, I could tell you something if you guys wanted to know.
Shut up, Jerry, not right now. Listen.
We do want to know. Jerry, tell us. Yes.
I will say this. The
a
thing
riddle?
No riddle. I'm just going to tell you. There were 2 survivors that night. Beryl, I know you thought there was only one, and Dahlia, fortunate as you were, able to make it out, but another one was dead and then somehow became undead. So in a sense, it's you were both kind of right in this scenario. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy when you take the time and listen, the truth is somewhere in between?
Were you there?
Oh no, I just took my time, did my research.
Did you reanimate?
God, no. No. It was whoever who bit him. Or on whoever's instructions to come back and make sure he came back.
This is
if you knew this the whole time, why didn't you tell me?
Back
Sorry,
then?
are you directing that to me or Jerry?
Well, I know you didn't know, Beryl, but Jerry, why didn't you tell me when I joined the internship that my dad was still alive?
Oh,
it was a big part of my essay.
At the field museum? I don't work at the internship. I just have friends there. And then at the field musician?
Whoa.
What?
Which friends do you have in the internship program? I built that program from scratch. Are you saying that you have some kind of weird infiltrate?
We probably actually have the same friends, you know? I mean, I'll tell you one who's not my friend is that Bartholomew. He was not a friend of mine, my goodness. Ooh, always up to something.
How dare you say his name? You don't deserve his cattle prongs.
Seemed to have stepped on a nerve, but I understand he was your friend, and he was delicious. But I get that it might have been the wrong move. I'll apologize. But for what it's worth, you two, really, dig a little deeper. I thought, back in the field musician, I gave you the clue that you needed. The agency wasn't to be trusted. Didn't you find out enough on your own from there?
Yeah, I don't trust the agency at all.
Good! You shouldn't.
I trust the agency plenty, and they told one tiny little lie of whether or not there was a Mothman or not, and you know what? That's just how work is. Sometimes they lie to you. Sometimes that's a thing.
That's not...
You know what's crazy, Beryl, is that when you found out that they weren't lying to you, everything was fine. And then when you found out they lied once, you never thought that they might have lied about something else.
I'm going to read a bad situation. Because I want to see something.
Okay. I will take us
All
to
right.
our gameplay screen then, so we can see the chat on that. Ooh, it's a tactical genius.
What? Sorry. Oh, I must have
you
pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that...
So you just roll plus sharp. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. It's a failure. Mark experience.
Okay. So, Beryl wanted to see if this person was lying.
Yeah.
And clearly she can't tell. So she is just completely and totally emotionally distraught. Jerry, what are you saying that the organization I dedicated my entire life to lied to me? Are you saying I can't trust the bedrock of my literal life? Are you saying that I can't trust the thing that I literally signed away years, centuries of my life with?
Well, yes. It's crazy that you just accepted with such blind acceptance. I mean, I get it, especially since your job is like to question the supernatural. Why would you question the organization you work for? But, everyone takes their time with enough thought and they can figure things out for themselves.
I don't appreciate you talking about the agency that way, okay? George was the one who initiated me into the agency.
Mm-hmm.
George taught me everything I knew. He was the first person to help me and wasn't making me sit behind a desk, even though I did enjoy part of the desk bureaucracy part. I'll be honest with you. But George taught me everything. He was the best partner / mentor a person could have. He's the only reason that anybody listened to me about having an internship program. And now he is flying, possibly without a leg, somewhere in the Chicago sky.
Oh, so you do think that's George, though?
I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth.
Well, either way, maybe you could ask maybe one of your magic friends to do something with that. And he points to the foot that's on the ground. Maybe even that one over there. They seem to have a pretty good knack of it. And points at Yaz hiding around the corner in the alley.
Hey guys, don't mind me. Just looking for something I dropped behind this dumpster. Can I read a bad situation?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do it with, I'll do it with sharp, I guess.
It's failure.
Failure.
So as you're looking for this moment, you're caught. As you were sort of like listening and try to get a situation of what's going on. Beryl and Dolly have been doing their own thing for a while, having these arguments about these weird coincidences that have been following up in regards to Dolly's dead parents. And upon this discovery, it feels like they were. Upon you sort of walking in, you clearly walked into them having a fight, and they're watching you having watched that. And in it, I think by the time you all sort of like look back to where Jerry's standing, he's gone.
Well, I'm going to put this thing on ice, so maybe it can get reattached when we find my dad.
Yaz, is there any way that you could look into this or see it or something? If not, I got a pocket watch somewhere.
Like look into attaching the foot, or if that body is really George, or
Yes. Can you tell me if this is really George?
can I?
Yeah, I'm gonna say like think about how you want to do it, and like sort of like with use magic, how you want to like use that to your advantage. And I want to cut to what's happening in the bar. So what's going on after you guys just so you just deleted the footage. Frank's standing over your shoulder watching it go and says, "Oh man, great news. Okay, terrific. All right, well let's get everybody into my pickup. We can get out of here, and then we can." You guys have done everything. You're like kind of. You guys ever burned down a bar?
What? Burn down a bar?
Yeah, we
For like insurance money?
I mean.
I burned down my dad's trailer once.
Oh, okay, perfect. So
Yeah.
I knew it, Gliz. I knew you were a man accountant. Well, we got to make sure there's no evidence of us. We got rid of the cameras, but if the cops come here looking to see this sort of fight, they might say something. So.
Yeah, but okay, so we burned down the bar and then that's it? Nobody could trace what happened here?
Nobody finds out what's going on.
I'm in. Let's do it.
All right. What do we do? Is it like, how do you do that?
I've never actually done that before. I was kind of spitballing. Gliz, maybe?
Yeah, all right, sure. Let's do it. We have a stove here, right? Because I saw that we were serving chicken tenders, or are those microwave?
You think you cook chicken tenders? Okay.
You look into the back. There you see like the kitchen area that's also been like vacated since the scuffle. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to. This place needs to be torched before any of the witnesses come back and say that they saw something.
Well, hey, how about we work on some of your... did they teach you how to make a Molotov cocktail in Taekwondo school, Jeff?
No, that's not part of the curriculum.
Yeah, trick question. What's
going on for Simone as their like arm, like clutching their like wound against the like, edge of the door, watching these like 3 dudes decide how to torch this bar.
Guys, just it's a bar. There's a lot of alcohol. Why don't we just start throwing the alcohol everywhere to, make it easier instead of using a fry cooker and just throw a match?
Yeah, like Molotov cocktails.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great idea. Okay, but first we got to get drunk, right? Before this happens.
Gliz says to an 18-year-old.
Oh my god.
You know what? The counselor is a werebear.
Yeah, Frank Vienna's like, no, are you kidding me?
We killed a bunch of bears, and then you brought them back to life.
Gliz,
what?
We gotta have a code with the kids. Come on.
You gotta cope with the kids. Yeah, you're the last one to talk. You
Hey, every other country on Earth is 18.
Not 8. In these United States of America, it's 21, and we respect it. God damn it.
Yeah, no, those laws there. No, that's just the.
I'm sorry.
government's
You're gonna burn down this bar, and where you draw the line is a 18-year-old kid who can die for their country.
I'm not this kid's
Having a
parent.
drink?
I'm not gonna tell them that they can have a drink right now. That's not my place.
Simone,
be up
I'm
to
your
the
cousin.
individual.
You can have a drink. You can have one drink.
Just one? Okay.
One drink.
Yeah.
And then
All right.
and then we're gonna torch this. We're gonna burn this baby down.
Okay, so I walk behind the bar and I grab like a Bud Light and I crack it open.
No, Simone, not that. You can't have that.
What are you drinking?
Yeah.
Oh God, that's truly a crime against nature. Yeah.
What's my first drink then? I've never done this before. I just grab the first thing.
All
Well, you
right.
should have some Malort.
You can.
Yeah.
Some
I'd say
Malort.
if someone wants to, what's it called, act under pressure to like make the perfect first beverage, like a cocktail or something, they can. I want to give you that opportunity. You're alone in a bar right now for now. Who knows how much time you have till the like cooks and the other people who were working.
All right.
come
I
back.
will act under pressure to make my cousin a good first drink.
That's a lot. Actually, that is a lot of pressure. I'm glad that you're rolling this. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's rolling cool, which of course I have 0 in.
Oh, it's a mixed success. What
It's
does that
a
look
mixed
like?
drink, too.
Yeah, it's a mixed drink.
Uh,
What do you make? What is this thing that is? It's like it's okay.
Gin and a little bit of the because that would go nicely with the bitter flavor of Malort. So far, just like bitter
Yeah.
and anise like. But guess what? Little simple syrup.
Ooh.
Nobody thought about that.
Yeah.
Plus, little bit of orange liqueur
Mm.
and a dash of Sprite.
Did you drop a cherry in that bitch when you're done?
Yeah, I drop a cherry.
There it
Come on,
is.
there's a maraschino cherry right on top. Nice garnish.
Yeah.
Little umbrella ski,
Mhm.
and I
And
call it the barrel.
You watch Simone. You watch Jeff do his best at imitating Coyote Ugly. Mixing drinks, flipping bottles. He breaks a couple, but he does a pretty good job otherwise. Gets on the bar a little bit, dances, slips, but ends up presenting you this beverage. What does it taste like to you?
All right. Cheers, Jeff. My first drink as an 18-year-old. Oh, it's very sweet.
that is not,
Yeah.
It was like 80% simple syrup.
that is not her first drink as an 18-year-old.
I like that phrase.
Simone,
Oh, wait.
watching you.
Yeah. See, read a bad situation to see if Simone tried to lie right there.
Yeah, can I read a bad situation?
Absolutely.
With it? Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Acting pressure. Okay. Do that. Big success.
Yeah, there's something off about you. I mean, Simone's a good kid, but also Simone. Something about the way Simone said, "My first drink is," yeah. And so as you're sitting there, Simone, you're taking a sip of your beverage. Yeah, I think you watch Frank begin to take a couple bottles from the back and start smashing them on the ground, dumping out some of the liquor bottles, taking the beer and like sort of throwing it into the trash can because that's not gonna light, and just like doing what he can to soak the place. What's happening in the alley with our other three?
So I was thinking maybe to use magic to observe another place or time
Ooh.
to like kind of see what happened after the fire.
Hell yeah. After the fire. So you want to use this to look back in time. Very cool. Yeah.
But that wouldn't answer. Well, maybe it would answer if this is actually George. Yeah, because I get to see what happened.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. Do it.
All right, here we go. I just leveled up, so I have an extra one on my weird.
Nice.
So.
I'll even. I like this idea. I'm gonna give you a +1 to it. I think because you're trying to like you're not trying to locate this person right now. You're trying to like look at sense memory to it. Yeah.
We go. A mixed success.
It's a mixed success. So I think you. What's the You told me what the effect you wanted. What's the glitch?
I take 1 harm. How about that?
Yeah, perfect. And so as you hold this foot, looking at its blood, something speaks in the back of your head. And before you know it, you've reached... Does anyone carry a knife on them? Of the 3 people here? Yeah. You reach off of Dolly's belt without realizing it and cut your hand before dropping the foot into it. And as you close and see the blood begin to drip down, you watch as Yaz's eyes begin to cloud over again with that similar black nothingness. And suddenly both Beryl and Dolly, you're enclosed in what appears to be a dome or something. You're in a black space. Yes, this is similar to the place that you go when you dream, but now casting this magic in this way, you've drawn these other people here to observe as you've observed from the perspective of that entity. As you're zooming around, you don't notice anything to mark location or distance traveled, but the force of the travel there lets you know that something is moving you. And in the distance you see first a cloudy space that grows larger and larger and larger, and then suddenly you're in the clouds and you see standing above, floating above, Dolly, your childhood home, and Beryl, where you watched George, where you saw George's corpse. We see agency members coming in and out, one of them wrapping a blanket wrapped around Dolly, carrying them in their shoulders down the street, like down away into a car. You see G-Money, a younger version there, talking to a police officer, crying and running when they see Dolly being sort of taken out. And from the back we watch a exactly same version of Beryl step outside the house, tears on their face, walking away into the car. We watch as the agency members leave one by one till finally one is left. Hezekiah, standing in his not so nice suit, less quality, looks down at a note that he had been handed. From who, you don't know, but sees the instructions, shakes his head, and begins to unzip the body bag containing George Montgomery. He looks down, sees the fingers on the pulse, rolls up his mouth, and cuts his own hand to drip some of his blood into this corpse. You watch as the blood goes down his tongue, descending into his body, and his eyes open. Lifelessness leaves this body, but its pale color does not. The blue hue that was overtoned by it stays as you see a coughing, gasping George. You watch Hezekiah and him have some sort of conversation. You can't hear it. You haven't been able to hear anything so far. It's only been what you've been able to see. But you look at him try to get up and strike, and Hezekiah saying something and him falling back to the ground. As immediately and suddenly as you were pulled into space, you're back in the alley. As you look down at the foot that was in your hand, opening it to see it's no longer there. Ash floats on the wind as it disappears.
Yes. You better have some news because you just...
No, Dolly and Beryl all saw this. So all three of you were like that.
So be nice to me.
You just... Now my dad has no hope of reattaching his leg. What do you think he's going to look like when he's in his human form?
I literally took you. I cut my hand open to show you what happened to your dad, and you're mad that his foot is gone?
Oh my gosh, we could have asked him when we found him.
Yes. Thank you so much for showing this to me.
You're welcome, Beryl.
I'm going to find Hezekiah, and then I'm going to kill him, and then I'm going to resurrect him, then I'm going to kill him again.
So resurrecting is just a thing that the agency can do now?
No, that's... I don't know what that was.
Okay.
I think looking back on it now, I think you might be able to piece together that seeing the bite marks on George's neck and then seeing him being fed blood is what turned him into a vampire.
Okay.
I think Hezekiah was the one who turned him.
Did you know he's a vampire? Is that common knowledge?
Yeah.
It is.
There's plenty of vampires that kind of just come in and out. He's always been a dick, but the vampire part is separate. I'll kill them both though. So.
Am I a vampire? Are the children of vampires also vampires? Or only if you've bitten?
No, that happened after. You are fine. You don't. Do you drink blood?
No, maybe I'll ask my dad to turn me into a vampire.
Dolly, your
Why?
dad.
Because what he's supposed to now watch his child die someday?
Well,
no,
he
I'll just be a
hasn't
vampire
really
too.
Been there for you the past couple years, has he?
Dolly,
I'm sure
do
he
you know
couldn't.
Do you know what happens when you turn into a vampire?
You live forever. You get to live forever.
Your soul gets ripped away. You get it. You become a demon. Your who you are gets fundamentally altered.
You know what? Glizzy is
take.
fine. He turns into a bear. My dad turns into a bat. I think I can have a relationship with somebody that turns into a bat. I have a great relationship with Glizzy.
That's not the same thing. And
how is it not the same thing?
Vampires are very different people. I understand that you might want to talk to your dad, but I think you need to prepare yourself for the fact that your dad might also be permanently altered, and he may not be so interested in being a parental figure.
As someone who's also struggling with darkness in their own personal way that we don't need to get into, I don't think that, Harrison, that face you're making makes me think that you don't remember that whole blackout dream I had where I talked to a god figure about the end of the world. But anyway, yeah, Dolly, I think you should really reconsider what you're thinking about doing here.
Look, you guys just don't get it. You haven't lost your parents. You haven't lived in that for your whole life, okay? I don't think you guys really have a place to speak to me from right now. I'm going to become a vampire. I've decided.
And Dolly turns around and begins to walk back towards the bar, where you all see a column of smoke arising from. What's been going on this side of the gang as Frank had been pouring some liquor? Yeah, what's this process?
So I'm telling you, Malort is actually really, really good, okay? If you mix it with milk or that cocktail that you made, okay, Jeff, that's... Are you sure you went to Taekwondo camp and you didn't go to some Tom Cruise cocktail school?
Yeah, I went to Taekwondo camp, man. I had a blast, dude. My instructor's name was Dennis. And he taught me the secrets, dude, so don't even try.
Oh, I kind of want to test it out. Let's do it. Could you pretend I'm coming at you?
I don't have to pretend. You're right here. Come at me.
Okay, I'm coming to get you, Jeff. You're bad IT. Come here.
All right. Bad IT.
Yeah.
Can I act under pressure to
Judo
tap?
flip? Oh.
No, to tap in between the legs.
Yeah. Sure. I'm gonna let you. Well, yes, I will. Yeah. It might be a kick some ass roll.
Yeah. All right. Let me hurt.
Yeah.
Advance.
12. What do you want? Wait. Do you want to take?
Can I
Do you want to make
damage?
sure you take no harm from it? So it's
Can
pure.
I take damage? No, I'm still gonna take damage unless we're getting to.
How it's up to. I'm gonna
Dumbest
leave
thing
this
I've
up to.
ever done in a tabletop game.
Here's the
I
thing.
think he has to take the damage.
I think you might have
will
to,
take
but
damage.
I'm gonna leave this up to Ben in terms of he rolled a 12. He rolled a kick some ass of 12. What does it look like as you kick Gliz in between the legs?
Oh, not between the legs.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. No, I'm giving you a tap.
It's
a tap. My bad.
My attack drives the enemy away in a route. That's the advanced effect I get. No, I don't want to kick you out. I suffer no harm at all. So I get you real good, but because I'm a little drunk, I get you a little harder than I meant to.
Nice. So
just out of dumb luck,
yeah,
and from putting my like body weight behind it.
Also, yeah, you guys have been drinking a little bit more than you should of this liquor that you should be spreading on the floor. There's also like liquor fumes now just like evaporating in the air that you all are like getting drunk on. And you watch as Simone, you watch as Gliz goes in to hug Jeff, your cousin, and Jeff, smooth, like he's been watching 10,000 Bruce Lee movies, just like effortlessly with the barest tip, whip his hand hard at Gliz's genital area, where he then begins to backpedal comically as if he was in the Three Stooges. This bear half fumbling and falling over on his butt. Gliz, you take 1 point of damage because Jeff did enough to hurt you. It wasn't supposed to, and he did. But yeah, so when you watch as Frank in a hurry is still trying to work, huffs, look at these two, like grumbles to himself, and is still like just trying to coat every inch of this space. If you want, you could give me do you want to read a bad situation or investigate a mystery? You could roll either of those here as you're like kind of looking at him.
Yeah, I'll do read a bad situation.
Okay. Ooh, mixed success. What do you want to ask here?
I want to know, are we, like, what is the point of burning this down?
To hide the evidence, right? Of like,
Yeah, that
is it
there
just
were
to hide
werebears
the-
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
They're just drunk.
No, that's a good question. What is the
Like-
point of burning this place down?
but why shouldn't the public know about werebears?
So I think asking that question, you're looking around with this read about situation. You're maybe looking and see things that, like, I think you may have taken like a forensics class as like an elective in one of your like courses at your high school, and you're trying to like look and Frank was real quick to delete that video. Frank was real fast to delete that video. And now he wants to burn this bar down so the witnesses don't say anything. Like, yeah, werebears are scary, but who are going to believe that? Like, why does this place need to be torched? Why does there not need to be any evidence of it? And I think that might nag on you a little bit. Because even though you've had one beverage, you're first. You are more sober than these other individuals, except for Frank, who is panicked, but, doesn't seem to have anything else going in him but adrenaline. This is my part where I ask you, what do you guys want? What do you, Simone, want to do with that information?
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Or
if you want, I can actually let's transition over. As you watch him pull a match out, look at you guys and say, "All right, let's get out of here. Go up front, and once you're out, I'll drop this."
All right. Jeff walks out while throwing bottles from under his arm, saying, "He drinks a whiskey drink. He drinks a vodka drink. He drinks a lager drink. He drinks a cider drink." And then he's out of the door.
Okay, Frank, before you drop that match, is this the right move? Is this what we really, really want for the world?
Simone, I get it. You're young, and there's a lot more, and I wish I could tell you that this isn't the way that things need to be right now. But I promise you right now, this is how things have to happen.
Okay. I don't really know you that well, but
I've been your guidance counselor for 4 years.
Yeah, that's
we see
true.
each other every year. I know that you took forensics your junior year. I saw that you took civics your sophomore year. You were really impressive. I was the one who approved all of your study halls. Like so you could test out of, because you were on 3 sports, you didn't have to take gym class. Simone, we see each other like easily once a semester.
I didn't know you were a werebear this whole time.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know you could do magic this whole time.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Something's really, really feeling funky enough, but, I'm just going to trust you. I trust you, Frank.
Thank you. Thank you, Simone. Now, get out of this bar so I can light it on fire. And so you make your way out. Gliz, you watch this interaction go down. You're now the last person left in with Frank. He looks to you and says, "Gliz, thanks so much for coming by. We would have been in a real tough situation without
you." Bears look out for other bears.
Yes, we do. And you, my friend, puts his hand on your shoulder, are part of the pack.
Don't make me cry. Come on, stop.
No.
Don't make me cry.
Just go outside. Make sure the others are okay. Load them up into the back of my, Takanda, and we'll get out of here.
Oh. All right.
And he, as you make your way out, looks back, lights a match, and drops it. We watch the bar quickly envelop in flame, going very fast, up in smoke as he walks out the front, and we all see what did the other 3 of you guys do? Do you go back down the alley that the bar was down? Do you walk out to the front of it? What happens? for our alley friends who last we left them saw the smoke erupt.
Yeah, I think Dolly was at the head of the pack, and
Yeah.
she sort of like was headed back there first, and she sees the smoke, and she's like, ugh. And she just like, I guess like understands that they're burning the place down, and just like walks around the side and just like meets them out front.
Implicitly understands that that's what's happening, begins to make moves to the front. What's going on with Beryl and Yaz as they just left, as these two are left with Dolly's last words being, I'm going to be a vampire.
Well, I'm pissed at Dolly. So I look at Beryl and I say, can you... What just... I mean, I know she's upset and she misses her dad, but also what the heck?
I'm not really good at the interpersonal stuff. That's a part of the agency. There's like people who, they specialize in emotions and people. So you'll have to talk about that. What did you mean when you said see into the darkness at night where you get your powers? Sorry, I must have missed that because I lived with you for a couple of days and sometimes at night you were screaming. So now I'm starting to wonder if.
Let's just go see what the other people are up to. And Yaz follows behind Dolly at a distance because she's mad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Beryl's like, crap, I just stepped in dog shit again.
Which I think we've established now is in fact the jinx.
Yeah. Yaz! And she's just following.
Steps after them. You walk around to the front. Frank has loaded up everyone else who is there onto the back of his truck now with Glizz's help. And he says, okay, awesome. Well, let's get out of here because and he listens like, oh, yeah, we gotta go. As you hear the police fire sirens begin to take off. So his car is full of people who were injured and everyone sort of roved with him. His flatbed is taken up, someone's on the back seat in his truck, and someone's sort of slumped up in the actual passenger side. So he's like, I can't give you all a ride, but how are you all getting back?
Beryl's gonna open and like take out her key, and she's gonna be like, I have my ways. Do you want me to roll to see if I can open the door?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a mixed success. The lock jiggles. Before it wouldn't do anything, and you see a shimmer, but it doesn't go through. Also, pardon me if my pretzel chips are loud on mic.
God. And Beryl just lets out like the longest torrent of like swearing that a human has ever said out loud, and she is like she's just about to lose it.
Well, you guys still have, I believe, someone else drove. It might have been Glizz, so someone could take his car, or Jeff, you probably would have arrived later on your own with your own. So I imagine you all sort of pile in. Where do you all?
We all get into Glizz's car from the beach?
I think so. Besides Sally and Mike, who left to go do their own thing. Yeah.
What? Isn't my car damaged?
No, by now it's been fixed. I think it's been enough time since that incident. And all that happened last time was you needed a new tire. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I can't
That's
drive.
expensive, Masood.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. It is pricey.
I'm clearly not driving because I'm drunk, so Simone, take the wheel.
That's my cousin Simone.
Oh wait, she drank.
Have you been drinking too?
Huh?
Oh.
Have you all been drinking? Are you all drunk?
Huh?
Have you been drinking?
No.
No. Give me these keys.
Good. All right.
Here, take them.
Dolly takes the keys. She's going to drive everybody home.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to not turn on music, and she's going to be silent the whole time.
No music, huh? Well, we could make our own music. Jeff Choi, my best friend here, he's a great singer. I don't know if anybody knew that. Not only is he an IT guy, but phenomenal singer. Great at karaoke.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Let's hear it.
Jeff busts into a drunken rendition of Sweet Caroline. But expecting everybody else to do the ba ba ba.
Oh.
And only Gliz hit the ba ba ba.
So
look at this. We're at your place.
Huh?
On your way back, anyone can read a bad situation as you guys are driving out of this scenario.
I do not.
He's singing.
Yeah.
I'll read
Actually,
that
I'll actually say that everyone who's not drunk can read a bad situation.
Okay, let's see.
All right. Beryl read a very great situation.
And so as you are driving away, Mark experience. Erica, I think you see it as well. I think Dolly and Beryl are in the front seat, while the other two 18-year-olds have to deal with the drunk children who are with them in the back seat. And as you are driving and you make the corner around, you watch first a fire truck zoom past and make around its bend, and behind it you see a Chicago police car moving forward, and a familiar detective behind the wheel locks eye contact with the two of you as you move your way. It's Officer Ken, Detective Ken. And he sees you, grimaces as he makes a turn and sees the fire.
Well, he's going to have a lot of paperwork.
Jeff yells from the back seat, "Got his ass!"
As you all drive away, and you begin to drop off folks. Everyone ends up going. I'm sure you drop off Gliz and Jeff and
first to stop the singing.
This is opposite singing,
Yes.
and then probably Simone. Where do you drop? Dolly and Beryl get dropped off at the same place. Do you drop them off before you drop off Simone? Also, where do you drop off Simone?
I drop off Simone at her house, right? Her parents' house.
Right. Oh, well, I guess I'll Simone where they go after they're dropped off at their house. So you drop off Simone at their parents' house.
And then while it's just Beryl and me in the car, I want to ponder out loud to Beryl. Isn't it funny that Ken's the officer that was investigating my parents' murder, and he's the officer who showed up to that fire just now? I mean, aren't there like different precincts in the city? Why would he be at both?
I mean, you guys are still in Lincoln Park. Like you guys are in the same part of the city where Oz Park was. So like that kind of checks out. But it is interesting that he would happen to be at both of them, particularly. There's like plenty of detectives, right? There's so many in this space. Yeah.
Don't you think that's weird, Beryl?
Do I think that's weird? Yes. Do I think everything is weird? Yes. Do I think that I could possibly trust myself? I don't know. And Beryl is just like losing her mind just sitting in the car because they've been just sitting in silence, like Beryl and Dolly for this entire car ride. And so I think Beryl is about to explode.
All right. I just think it's weird. Okay. I'll drop you guys off. Are you still staying with Yaz?
Am I?
As you guys, well, I'd say like you begin to hear this conversation after you drop off Simone. We hear it sort of echoing out of the window, and we're going to come back to the car in a moment. Simone, you have a key that leads to your luxury apartment, and in front of you sits your family's nice, modest home. Where do you go for the evening?
So even though I was dropped off at my house, I like quietly watch to make sure the car goes away, and I start walking over to my luxury secret apartment.
So you know with your key that all you need to do is access a door. This is like one of those like with the agency, so any
Oh,
door
yeah,
can
yeah,
open
yeah.
into it, right?
Mhm.
So do you go to your front door? Do you go to like a neighbor's door? Like, what do you try?
I tried going to my neighbor's door
Yeah.
next door.
You don't want to be seen walking up or the
Mhm.
sound of like the floorboards creaking. And so you walk over to your neighbor's door, put the key in, and turn. It clicks, and you make your way inside to a home that you have been before, but now is not that. It's this beautiful, nice apartment that we talked about in the previous episode. Earlier in this episode. It's perfectly set. Somehow the fire is crackling as if someone had lit a log before you got in here, or it's magically enchanted to do so. And it's just wonderful. As you make your way inside, closing the door behind you, you see a note on the sort of like entryway table from your entrance, from the front door.
So I open the note
Mhm.
and I, start unwrapping the
Mhm.
letter.
Yeah. And so you see in this note, one second, let me pull up this for a thing. I'm going to make sure I don't accidentally capture the wrong thing. Switch this for a moment. And we'll go back. And so you open up this note, and you look and see it is signed. I wrote this down. I wrote his name down. Gosh darn it. Marcus. Sorry. It took forever, but I remember his name. Marcus. You see Marcus left you a note saying, yes, Simone, so hope your accommodations are to your liking. You're getting settled in. We would love to have a meeting with you in the next few days to discuss impending preparations for the end of times and whatnot. Look forward to seeing you once again. So glad you're here. This could not be done without you.
Okay, so I'm like kind of like nervous reading this.
Mhm.
And I just fold it back up and just give a big sigh and just sit down on my bed.
And what is it like as you this beautiful like new bed? It's your first time you're spending there. Is it immediately feel like home? Is it just luxury? What is Simone reveling in as they're about to lay down for the evening?
Yeah, I'm kind of like I don't know. I've never stayed in such a luxurious room before, so I'm like kind of giddy, and I'm also really tired from the night.
Yeah, you got slashed, you got cut up. Yeah. So you lay down, and as you lay down, you like move the sheets and pull them over, and the next thing you know, as you're in the sheets, somehow you have a clean set of pajamas on. You don't remember changing into them, but you look as your clothes have been folded and set aside on the table by some sort of act of their own, and you just feel nice and warm and comfy in this bed. Let's cut to a very tense situation, this car ride. As you're making your way back to drop off Beryl and Yez, the question remains, I believe you still do, right? Like that was where you left this morning, was from Yaz's place. Your sort of deadline of 10 days, you're like basically day 6 of now. The silence, deafening. As you pull up to Yaz's apartment.
Yaz just gets out of the car without saying anything and shuts the door.
Beryl is about to leave when she turns around to Dolly. Dolly, I'm going to tell you something that I don't typically tell everyone, or really anyone. Do you know how I became a hunter?
No, you probably went to school for it.
No, I didn't. A very long time ago, I was 11, 12, something like that. I was a child. Back then we worked because that's what children do, and now you study or whatever. But back then we worked like proper people did. And I worked at a celery processing plant for celery salt. Because back then that was the go-to thing. I believe now it is kale, but back then it was celery. How the times change, really. I was there when my entire factory was destroyed.
What happened?
It's hard to say. I don't know. Because someone, most likely George, shoved me into a closet to try and protect me and to make sure that I stayed alive. I stayed in that closet for 3 days. And when I came out, everyone I knew in that factory was dead. As was my entire family back home. The agency is the first group of people that took me in. They gave me a job, gave me a purpose. And George was the first person there to try and help. He may have been your father, but your life wasn't the only one that he touched. And I want you to know, whatever we saw out there, that's not George. That's what happens when we don't get the monsters. That's what happens when the agency doesn't do its job. That kind of pain and sorrow is what I want to prevent from happening. I don't want anyone else to end up in the same position as you. That's why I do this job. And I think about that every time I stamp something, every time I write something, and yes, every time I take you out. If you want to be a vampire, there's plenty of ways to do it. There's actually an entire section of Chicago. You can just go and pay a set amount, I think. I think it's all Venmo now. But I want you to understand that whatever happens, I love George just as much as you did, although maybe a little bit differently. And that's why I'm going to kill him. And she shuts the door and she leaves.
The door slams shut. You watch as the door that Yaz had closed begin to form a crack on it from an extension of the jinx that Yaz placed on Beryl.
I think Dolly is just going to say out loud to herself, I don't understand why the agency gets to pick which monsters we kill and which monsters we hire.
As you pull off in Glizz's truck. Glizz, what's going on for you that day? I'd say I think everyone goes to bed that evening and we sort of make our way to the next day. What are folks doing? It was Saturday, it's now a Sunday. What's happening on this beautiful May Sunday? I think it's actually the Sunday before Memorial Day at this point.
For Glizz, he goes to church.
Hungover.
Yeah.
Glizz makes his way.
To church, yeah. Church. Sundays, Glizz is actually a Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
As a Catholic, it's kind of, he doesn't necessarily believe everything that the Catholics believe, but it's more of a tradition of just like meditation.
Yeah.
And it reminds him of his childhood. It's the only time when he was growing up where his dad wasn't yelling at him. So was in that 1 hour of mass. So hung over at church, just sitting down, looking like he's praying, but just thinking. Yeah.
What are you thinking about? What is going across Glizz's mind as we see the place where he centers himself?
What Glizz is thinking about is I'm thinking about how there are other werebears out there.
Yeah, dude.
And a part of me that wanted to join the agency is because I was looking for that family.
Mm-hmm.
But now it turns out that my family, which I think is my family, other werebears have been there all along. So I'm like, why am I joining on this? Like, should I pursue myself, get to know myself more as a werebear,
And I think even drunk, you could feel the tension a little bit in the car last night. You've heard a little bit at the bureaucracy. You've dealt with the paperwork, and like, I think there's a reason why the agency called to you, because it was this idea where like, hey, we hunt monsters. We use our abilities for good. We keep people safe. And as someone who's been an outcast, who's been made to feel other because they are different.
I've been called a monster. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You've been called a monster. The agency, the idea of redefining yourself through it probably seemed really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's a group in front of you that's telling you, that has this perception that's like, nah, you could just be a werebear. You could just exist in this way. Yeah. And so I think it's probably a tough reconciliation that I don't know if you gain solace on, but it is something that you weigh.
I'd like to go to confession.
Okay. You make your way into confession?
Yeah.
If I was going to button my top button, but it's already there. Yeah.
Hello, is anyone in here?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I didn't hear you come in.
You've just been sitting there quiet the entire time, Father.
To be honest, I was checking email on my phone.
You shouldn't be using your phone in church, Father. What are you doing?
I thought
Don't
no one
make
else
me
was
tell
in here.
God on you.
Hey, technically you can't. That's my job.
I don't know if that's how it works. Anybody can talk to God.
Yeah.
Anyway, Father, it's been a couple weeks since my last confession.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Really having murderous thoughts of one of my students for being a little dweeb. Saying 6 off Our Fathers really helped out.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you. But yeah, I'm back again. I have sinned quite a few times, actually, not as much as the weeks before, but I'm going to be honest with you. I've been a good bear recently, and I kind of just need somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
What's
on your mind?
Yeah. So you know how I said I'm not like normal people, right?
Yeah.
I'm just not a normal person, and I've never found people who are like me, but now I found people who are like me. We'll just call them dudes, other dudes. Yeah, other dudes that are just like me, and I've never really had. But now I feel like, as I told you before, I'm doing this little internship program where I like my friends, and I kind of want to leave that program because it's like a lot of tension, a lot of fighting, and it's I'm not having as much fun as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of want to join this other group of dudes, because with these group of dudes, they're like me, and I've never met other people who are like me. So I hope that's enough information for you to give me orders on, but
well, Liz, it's not my place to give you orders. I'm glad that you feel comfortable sharing that with me, and I can see that it's something that weighs heavy on you. Family is hard, especially when we might not like or might not have the best relation with what has been chosen for us. But I'm not going to be a person to say that chosen family can also be as strong as, perhaps, the conventional term. It seems that this group can provide you a level of comfort, a level of relaxation, where you can present maybe in a way as yourself that you might not have done in your previous place. But I don't want you to also feel a moment of tension that you can't also think about perhaps the good moments that you've also had with your other group. And with time, maybe they can be more accepting of who you are fully. Does it help you at all?
Yeah. How many prayers do I have to do?
Dude, I'm not Catholic. I don't know. I don't know how this
What?
process
You're not
works.
Catholic?
No,
What do you-
me,
Seven
Masood,
Hail
GM,
Marys.
you do 7. Okay, you do 7.
A couple
Hail
Our
Marys.
Fathers and
Yeah.
a couple of
You
Hail
could've-
Marys.
I
Honestly-
drop my like super reassuring voice. I like
Father-
try to do like me. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Father, I'll be honest with you in front of God, sitting right here. You could tell me to do whatever the fuck you want. Sorry, whatever the hell you want. Whatever you want, and I would have done it. Okay, tell me to dance around like a little drummer boy. You got me in the next Christmas pageant. All right, I'm there.
Hey, Gliz,
All you got to do is call me. What?
God wants you to do what you want to do, and so figure out what that is.
Okay.
As you walk out of the situation, give me a read a bad situation, just like, or not a read a bad, like, I'm trying to do a roll where I want you to try to do insight on that conversation this priest had with you.
Okay. Investigate a mystery.
Yeah, investigate a mystery.
Okay.
He mixed success. You're like pretty sure he thinks you are coming out to him, and we're looking for someone who is super supportive.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, especially when you drop the term
Cool,
bear.
Pierce. Could have been playing for the Bears, but yeah. Yeah, okay. Maybe Father thought I was gay, but that's okay. All right. It's kind of the same. Not really. God, I still don't know. I'm stupid.
We watch Gliz confused, but perhaps with a little more purpose in the idea of finding his own direction in whatever way he goes. What's going on for the other folks on this Sunday morning?
I think Dolly is just hanging out with G Money, watching the Twilight series.
Mhm.
They're gonna binge it all
Mhm.
because she's a little bit. I mean, she's wants to be a vampire, and she's doing like a little bit of background research on
Taking
the
a-
lore, and she's
Yeah.
kind of like, "Well, I could be sparkly.
Taking a
That'd
page.
be okay with me."
Oh, when you said Twilight, I thought Twilight Zone in my head like
Oh.
really
Same,
hard, and I
same.
was like, "Oh, G Money's gonna make a reference about this dude who breaks his glasses," and then I was like,
Oh, I
"No,
love
you mean
that
Twilight?"
one.
Yeah. And so you watch like as you go into the living room. You came back last night, and G Money had been waiting up for you. It'd been kind of late, but seeing your ask immediately to do this, you realize that she might have slept much last night, because in front of her sits all 4 volumes of the Twilight Saga. How many books are there in that series? Three. It's a trilogy. All 3 volumes in front of her. She's got like earmarks at different moments in different books. And she sits down and it's got like breakfast set up and says, "Oh, honey, yeah, grab some food. I'm ready to binge these shows. I really think it's time to you jumped into a little bit of this pop culture stuff. Been a fan. I was re-looking over through my copies, and if you want to read along as we watch, it's up to you."
G Money, I'm not gonna read along as we watch. I'll just watch it.
Oh, okay, come on. I have you know, I'm kind of a Team Jacob guy, but we'll see. I don't know, that Edward guy.
Isn't Jacob the werewolf?
Yeah.
No, we're Team Vampire in this household, Grandma.
Okay, but I'm gonna tell you, as you enter this place, he's gonna look really bad in the first movie because they don't know what to do with his hair, and then it gets a lot better.
Okay.
She hops over and sets a DVD in and sits down as you guys begin to watch the Twilight Saga, not Zone, as my brain immediately jumped to. Cool. And what's going on for... I want to do Yaz and Beryl in a little bit as we sort of cut to their space. What's going on for the cousins in the group?
Well, Jeff is doing something sort of similar to what Dolly's doing because he is trudging with a stack of DVDs and Blu-rays to the Chicago Public Library, where he's turning in like 15 different Hammer horror B films on monsters and goblins and ghouls and whatever else. And he's checking out a bunch more, like Dracula, House of Dracula, Horror of Dracula, Frankenstein, Return of Frankenstein, Dracula AD 1972, all those movies. And he's bringing them back because he's like, internally, he's like, head is pounding. He's like, man, I probably made an ass out of myself in front of all the cool members of the agency yesterday. I gotta like bone up on my knowledge here, because the next time I come into contact with a werebear, I gotta fight. That salt worked pretty good, but I'm gonna know exactly what to do. But he doesn't know where to start, so he's going through the hundreds of British B movies made by the Hammer Film Studios.
Investigate a mystery for me.
Don't mind if I do, Masood.
Yeah.
Investigate.
It's failure, mark experience.
Failure.
You know what's crazy? Maybe sunlight hurts them because moonlight is what gives them power. Sunlight might hurt them in the opposite. As you ponder this, and then you remember you've seen Gliz change into a bear in the middle of the day and like frolicked in a field happily.
Yeah. I got to watch more of these movies, man.
Yeah, you load another one in. Cool. What's going on with Simone? You know that in a couple days, like what's called the Marcus is gonna like kind of reach out to you about like sort of the next steps of the process, getting things situated for yourself. What do you do this morning as you wake up in this beautiful home that smells terrific? And what you see next to you? There's already like a thing of water, a cup of coffee that's steaming. You look at a table that's got bacon and eggs and a little bit of grits already prepared for you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start eating all that.
It doesn't even brush, just instantly just jumps right in. Heck yeah.
Yeah, this is like a dream come true. Usually when I wake up on Sunday, I'm doing like my morning like journaling and reading and just homework stuff, but like I'm taking the day off. I'm just gonna peg out and eat all this delicious breakfast foods.
Heck yeah, you're having a blast, just enjoying it. You see a text on your phone from your mom, and it's part of your family chat, and just like, hey honey, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good time at like the student council retreat that you're on. We miss you. Love you lots.
I text her back. I said, hey mom, I'm having a great time. Don't stay up for me. I feel like we're going to have an extended retreat.
Oh, okay. Send. Okay, well, when you get back on Tuesday, after this weekend, I'll be happy to see you and send you a message. And you go back to enjoying your breakfast in this lovely sort of space provided by Marcus and the Council of Magic. What's going on in another luxurious apartment that might not be magically kept? I think to Yaz might seem to be now magically kept in pristine condition. But as Beryl has been... what's going on in Yaz's apartment?
You want to go first? Beryl? No?
You want me to go first?
I was just asking. I saw that you were muted. Okay, I'll go.
Sorry.
So Yaz is kind of having a tough time, so I think she goes next door to Greta. That's her name, right?
Yeah.
Greta. Okay. She needs some motherly affection.
And so you sort of duck out in the morning. What's Beryl doing as you watch Yaz sort of slip through the door?
Beryl has armored herself up,
Mm-hmm.
and she has decided that her vacation is now done. And so she's just going to walk into the agency any way possible.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to roll for that, or do you just want to?
Oh no, we're gonna get back to you. But I think I like knowing that this is where we're going. As you watch Beryl cleaning their guns with an increased ferocity. You see, for some reason, their I don't know what that's called, but the thing that cops put on underneath their shirts that hold their guns underneath their armpits. I want to call it. Yeah, the holsters.
No, I don't
under
know.
armpit holsters. We'll call them that. The very direct definition. And you see like other materials sort of laid out as she's like cleaning it as you slip through the door, looking for the opposite of whatever that aggression is, which is a little bit of kindness and affection. As you make your way over to Greta's, you knock on the door. And she says, coming, I'll be right there, just give me a moment, and begins to make her way forward, and pulls the door open and says, oh yes, you're here, wonderful. Do you have my Tupperware?
Yaz ignores the question and just hugs Greta.
Oh, there, sweet child. It's okay. Come on in. And she takes you into her home. It's basically a mirrored version of yours, but unlike yours, with a bunch of like high-end luxury furniture from whoever was supposed to be there that you've been like squatting in. This place is just like really family owned materials. These pieces are very historic. You see a lot of sort of artwork, particularly from a deep Eastern European tradition, some mosaic pieces. As she takes you around and says, yes, sweetheart, do you need some breakfast? Have you had anything yet? I was just making some porridge. Please grab a seat, we'll eat together. She sets down a plate in front of you and some coffee. So, my child, what's wrong?
I'm just having a hard time, Greta.
It's tough. This is a tough time. You're 18, you're coming an adult now. You're operating in the world in a different capacity. It's a hard time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like to talk about it, but sometimes I get really sad that I don't have my family or really anyone to talk to about some of the stuff that's going on right now.
Well, being alone can be hard, especially when you don't have people to talk to. When I came to this country, I was 17 and by myself. Said I was going to save up enough money to send back for my brother and some of my other siblings, but unfortunately there was a storm in our village in Romania, and the flooding it swept the house. So I was suddenly adrift in a land with no one. Was it easy, as? No. Absolutely not. But I was able to get through it because I had been lucky enough to meet kind people along my way. And so I hope you know that there will be kindness. It might not come often, but when it matters, it will be there. As she squeezes your hand.
Greta, I think you're the only kindness that's really come my way in a long time.
Oh, so sweet. Such a sweet girl. That's so shocking. Though, I mean, part of me believes it because you've had my Tupperware for 2 months now, and like I could see. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, come on.
I'll get it back to you. Get it back to you.
Fine. You have a dishwasher. I know you can run it. It's not the. I'll just let me come in. I will do it. I can get my.
No. Mm-hmm. I'm almost technically an adult. I can clean my own apartment.
Okay.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Now here, do you want some more food? I've got some things in the fridge we can get together. And you have a nice breakfast with Greta as we cut over to Beryl, arming themselves up to the teeth, trying to get everything they need before storming the agency. What does it look like in your prep? So you're cleaning all your weapons. I described that, but what else are you doing in this space?
Beryl has laid out all of her weapons, and she's like, well, I could take Mr. Fuzzy Wuzzy, but I could also take the Lone Star. I guess I could take Doug. What am I going to do with all these throwing knives? And she's just going through like each bit by bit. And she's like, well, how many grenades am I need? You know what? I'm just going to take 2. I'm not going to have any more. They're just a little bit heavy. She has her flak jacket on. She's like putting knives in. She takes the sniper rifle and the shotgun and decides to travel a little bit lighter because the heavier you are, the longer it's going to take.
After you put a shotgun and sniper rifle on your back, 2 pistols underneath your arms, and a bunch of I'm sure
that's light.
Ammo. It's light.
That's very light for Beryl.
It's only like 45 to 50 pounds on you. Yeah.
She's 6'2" and she is strong.
As you're getting this up, you hear a knock on the door.
Yes?
Another knock.
Beryl opens the door. Yes, I told you already.
Standing in front of you on crutches with a bandaged leg is George Montgomery.
George?
Beryl.
Beryl's gonna shoot him in the other leg.
Give me a kick some ass roll.
All right.
It's an advanced success. You shoot him in the other leg. You pull out your silenced pistol and whoosh, really quick. It's not silent. It's loud still as you hear it, muffled slightly. I don't know. I think as you hear something from the hallway while this happens, and you see George from Beryl's perspective reach down. God damn it! He grimaces and his fangs descend, and he is going to charge forward at you. He's going to roll 2d6 plus 2. First, kick some ass. You get a 6, you get an 8. He's a mixed success. As he tumbles into you, rolling over into the space, his nails have become sharpened as he cuts at you for 2 points of damage.
All right. Got a flak jacket, so I'm only going to take 1 point of damage.
Yeah, normally it wouldn't do that, but you see he's not quite forceful enough to get through it, but as he slashes, the very edge is able to cut in between. Your flak jacket is preventing you from being punctured by his hands as he scrambles and says, "Oh, God, I knew this was a bad idea. You're just the same. Probably the rat who still got me in the first place."
And Yaz come into the hallway.
As you open the door and hear the scuffling, you see the door to your apartment open, and some clattering happening inside. Greta from behind you says, "Yasmin, honey, is something the matter?"
No, Greta, everything's fine. Just stay inside and don't come out for like an hour and a half.
You can just hear like Beryl and like George fighting.
As Greta goes over to their like kitchen, pulls out a large butcher's knife and a rolling pin and says, "Honey, if someone is threatening you, if someone is making your life difficult, you should stay here. I will go see them."
Greta, I have never loved you more than I do in this moment, but please promise me that you will stay here. Keep both weapons close by, but just stay here. I think I've got a handle on it. Don't worry.
If you say so. Okay. As she sits in her chair, setting the large rolling pin and the knife down, holding onto the knife, setting the large rolling pin down, and taking a sip of her coffee. As you walk into the hallway, you hear more scuffling. Let's go back to this instance happening between George and Beryl. He has just accused you of being the snitch that ratted him out, and as he gnarls at you, is going to make another strike towards you. Let's see. Okay, +2. That's a 9. Another success, mixed success. So he's able to take it. So what do? Do you hit him back? Right, like how much?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Beryl's gonna kick.
Because you kick some ass. So how much damage do you like do to him as he gets you? Do you like pull out your knife in close quarters? It's a little too close to like reach a pistol as he like getting really up on you.
Yeah, she is going to take the shotgun and she's just going to whip it out and she's going to just be like, "What are you talking about? I have never ratted anyone out in my life."
Mixed success. So you go to aim the shotgun at him as he pushes it away at the last moment. You see, it doesn't hit him in the heart, but hits him in the shoulder. And he says, "Ah, what do you? No, none of your lies. First, you get me caught, and then what? Were you jealous that I had a family finally? That I had someone else that could be my real daughter? Is that it? Is that why you took her?"
What? So Beryl is like, I think Beryl is just like stops for a minute and is just like, "What are you talking about?
I saw you there.
You are a demon." What?
She was there with you last night. I saw her.
Yes, she is part of the internship program, the program that you told me to build.
He spits out as a little bit of blood as he moves, circling you. His razor sharp nails extended to points as he says, "Oh, you haven't learned a thing. Still believing everything that they say."
What do you mean everything they say? You talking about the agency? The thing that you worked at? The thing that you told me to work at? The thing that you trained me in?
The thing that you sold me out to when I found something worth more than that?
What are you talking about? I just found out that you had a family yesterday, the same time as apparently your daughter. You have been lying to me for the last how many freaking years?
No, I've been under that jerk's thumb for decades now because of what you told him.
I didn't tell him because I didn't know, because as far as I was concerned, one could not have a family because, again, that's what you told me.
Yeah, as you walk into the room seeing a bloodied George Montgomery, who you saw briefly last night, hobbling with a bandage over his leg below his knee on one, bleeding pretty bad from the other one, as the apartment has gotten into a bit of a scuffle.
I want to use magic to try to trap George Montgomery.
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go.
Mixed success. So tell me, what's the glitch?
You
wanna, yeah.
What were you gonna say?
No. So you want to sort of trap him. You want to bind him in this place, keep him here. And yeah.
Okay, if I took damage last time I used magic,
Mm-hmm.
we've like technically had a little bit of time. Do I still have that same damage from yesterday?
I think, yeah, because the
Yes.
damage that I said in this one, I made it like accurate. Like, I think your hand is still like cut. Like, you have a
That's
band-aid over
true.
it. Like, you're still there. So you would take another one. Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe it. Man,
Choices, right?
I know choices. Okay. I want it to draw unwelcome attention.
As you pull forward and cast this magic, you barrel watch Yaz step forward. The same inky darkness crosses over their eyes as their shadow beneath them extends towards George, and it wraps them over in a sort of like jungle gym net that pulls them down and binds them to the floor. You see it spreads, forming into manacles on his wrists, and as if he's magnetized, grunting and screaming. It's like, fine, it's fine. Just end it then.
Yes? Go get me a wooden stake. A chopstick will also work.
Okay. Yaz hands Beryl a chopstick.
Yaz.
I mean, not chopstick, chopstick. I said chopstick.
That won't be necessary. As Greta steps in.
No.
And you see fangs descend from her teeth. What? We're gonna cut to she's from Romania, guys. You didn't see that? You didn't see that coming?
She's not from Transylvania.
Which is modern day Romania.
Okay. Is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Joan, we cut back to Simone, seated in their room when they receive a knock on that door. Simone! Oh, you're here. Wonderful. I thought we'd have to come get you. Hey, sorry to bother you, but there's been a slight update in our plans, and we need your presence sort of soon. Is that... are you okay now? Is that all right?
Yeah, I could come.
Wonderful. We're so excited to have you here, and the ceremony is just about to get underway, so when as soon as you're ready, we can sort of come along.
Okay. Yeah, I just like quickly take off my robe and I'm fully dressed and like ready to go.
Right. You walk behind your sort of divider and sort of put some clothes up, and as you we see from the outside, you take your robe off the sill of you. As you look back as you hang up the robe, your new clothes have already replaced what was on the hanger as you use the same ones to put the robe up. This place does everything for you. You don't have to lift a real finger. As you make your way, you see Marcus says, wonderful. I see you're getting used to the accommodations here. I'm really glad that you're as comfortable as possible here. We really want you to be as relaxed as can.
Yeah, I'm feeling so relaxed. Like I'm usually pretty type A and stressed out, but yeah, like I feel like I'm like in heaven or something. It feels really weird.
Good. And I promise you, once you're with us, it'll feel like that all the time. As he takes you further, you exit the space and are back in the sort of white void that we had described previously. The steps emerging underneath you, the tile work filling in as you round a corner, one, another, and another one, as he opens a door and shows you to a table and says, okay, when you're ready, feel free to just lay down, relax, and we'll be able to get started.
Okay. So I walk over, I just like lay down.
As you
just close my eyes.
Lay down and close your eyes, Marcus goes over and begins lighting some candles, and you hear the doors open to this space as more robed figures in the similar garb that he was wearing emerge. And you see a few of them, some of them you don't recognize one of the people who walks in. After you like open your eyes for a second, you see is Hezekiah as he steps into the space. As Marcus says, Simone, thank you so much. Truly, we would not be able to do what we do without you. As he gently washes your hands, washes your feet, and feel something begin to bind over your wrists and ankles. The issue that happens every time when we have to restart is it takes a quite bit of energy to keep our space going. As you know, this fantastic heaven that you've been enjoying recently, it requires so much of us, such constant dedication and commitment. And really, what we do each time when we have to reset is we wait until the end, when we have enough energy to prepare to start anew. Joan, we couldn't do this without you. We knew you were special. Sorry, Simone, we couldn't do this without you. We knew you were special. The way you harness that raw energy is something we only see once in an existence. Because it only comes around once in an existence. You might feel something at first, but by the end, you will be able to feel so much more. As folks begin to start chanting around you, Simone, you watch as the fire in the candles around the space, the braziers that are illuminated, begin to go brighter and brighter. And they begin to lift out of their own and spin and swirl around this large cavernous room that you're in. They grow in tighter around you. You feel their heat getting more and more. And suddenly all you see is the whiteness. You see your form strapped to this table as it begins to grow closer and closer as you watch. First the edges of your toes, then the edges of your fingertips, the strands of your hair begin to come undone, as if turning into ash and cinder as it sucks into this cyclone of flame extending up. You don't realize it until after it's happening for a while, but you've been screaming from the pain. And then it's over. And on the slab where Simone lay is nothing. That's our episode of Monster of the Week. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This is the end of
Dude.
And before we do outros, the first person who I want to throw it to, it'll be Ben second, but it's to Joan.
Hi, everyone. This is Joan. I've been playing Simone's stream. You can follow me on Instagram at Saint Joan. And it was really fun playing with everyone.
This is
my final episode.
Oh.
And we'll see if I come back again.
We'll see. Is Simone really gone? Have they just become a being of pure magic? We'll find out. Oh God, sorry. I feel it was. Thank you for playing with us. This has been so much fun. We wish you the best as you're moving on and doing this awesome, incredible stuff with your coding and everything that comes that way. Next, I want to go to Ben because we also want to let folks at home know we did not tell Ben Ben, the week that you were gone, Joan told us, and so we knew that this week was going to be their last episode. And so with that,
We're all in on it.
Yeah, we were all in. I'm sorry. I collectively asked the group if we would all gaslight you for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, great! I collectively have decided that I'm not friends with any of you anymore.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Dirty bastards. Who's more upset? Me at this betrayal by my friends, or Jeff Choi at the death of his cousin? Jeff didn't really know her that well. I know all of you really well. Okay. Yeah. Hello, Ben Cummings here. You can find me at Ben Cummings on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find me at twitch.tv/Crocodile Nasties Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Central, where I play video games with other Chicago comedians. Last night, old Harrison was on, so go check out that on our channel. Joan, what the hell? I know this isn't even your fault, because this whole plan is everybody's fault. Bet you guys think you're so clever. Well, guess what? Old Benny C should have watched the VOD. Let me see. Anything else? Yeah, you can see me starting July 9th if you're in Chicago, the Annoyance Theater, Fridays and Saturdays. There's some show. We haven't named it yet. But I think I can say that on the stream now.
Heck yeah.
You guys are assholes.
So we're so sorry. We're gonna debrief. I promise. We're gonna. This was a lot. We appreciate you sticking with it. So we did Joan and Ben. I'm back at our overview. We messed up this order, so let's just go with Usra next.
Hi, I'm Usra. You can catch me on Twitter and Instagram at Kanye, KHANYE__West. I'm not doing much right now, but I feel like that's going to change pretty soon because things are opening back up. But if it does, I will be posting online, so follow me, I guess.
Nice. Moving right on, Erica.
Hey everybody, my name is Erica. I've been playing Dolly. Let's see. You can find me on the internet right now on Instagram at Bebeka_says. I'm in the middle of a road trip from Austin to Los Angeles and stopping everywhere. So if you have any interest and recommendations for that kind of stuff, you can follow my Instagram and check out where I've been.
Nice. We got a bunch of great stories and some beautiful, beautiful photos of you and your pups and your friends that you're making along the way. Moving right along, we've got Shu.
Hi everyone, I've been Shu. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, pretty much everywhere at Hello There Shu. It's X and then U because Chinese people are tricky like that. I don't really have anything coming up right now. I just want to say it's been really fun playing with you, Joan, and I hope that you pop in for the VOD or I don't know, we'll text you weird memes or something like that.
Heck yeah. She's dead in real life.
Moving right along, Harrison.
Hi, everybody. Harrison Happen. I played Glizzy. You can catch me on Instagram at Harrison's Happening or on Twitter at Harrison_Happen. Or I'm going to plug Ben's stream for this one.
Yeah.
Crocodile Nasties had me on yesterday.
Yeah.
They are two of the kindest / most chaotic people I have played with. Honestly, it was a blast playing with them. We played some Apex on PC lobbies. They were just Leroy Jenkinsing. I hope I'm saying that right. That plural. All over the place. And we all landed at one location and started bullying people by just punching them. Just ganging up.
Very toxic gaming.
Yeah.
Toxic gaming. So if you want to laugh and watch people play video games, go check out Crocodile Nasties.
You go to twitch.tv/Crocodile Nasties. Because you have the VODs up there, right? Like people can check out past streams. Awesome. And then that leaves me. Hey, I'm Masood Huck. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Marudboy, MHRUDBOI. I feel terrible. I want you to know this, Ben and the rest of our cast. I really do feel awful. The only solace that I have is that I asked Jode, and Jode said that this was an okay idea. And so with that, I feel all right, and But thank you guys.
Oh, if you feel all right, then yeah, that's awesome.
I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry, man.
John, it's been so great playing with you.
Yeah, it's been
But
so
it ended
fun.
so well.
Oh God, we love you. I'm so sorry, but we do want to say thank you so much to Joan being with us with Bachbayan and with the Monster of the Week show. It has been a blast having you along the ride, and also know truly anytime you got a Wednesday night that's free, shoot, you can hop back in whenever you want.
Oh yeah, I will message you
Mhm.
when I'm not doing homework. I heard there's 4 hours of homework every day.
Jeez,
And if I get like a chill day, I will definitely like message you and do like a surprise like appearance.
New character
Heck
called
yeah.
Joan Dream.
Joan Dream.
Joan
Yeah.
Dream.
Well, we're Monster of the Week with Sir Friday Night over here on Roll20. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It's been great. See you all soon. Bye.